fashion hack. They keep on dissing me with no dexterity. Wait until they hear the chorus. Sooner or later, the dice land on the table. You know that's what fables are made of. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical hit. Now it's wall to wall, watch your foes are falling, but it's time to pause, cause Mother Nature's calling. I'll be back in a second and I'll continue the reckoning. They will still be waiting for us, and the pressure grows to make a save and throw, to introduce some movie, turn the lights down low. My armor's exposed, I'm getting full of holes. Think I need another chorus. Sooner or later, the dice land on the table. You know that's what fables are made of. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. That ain't how we roll. Oh no, it ain't stolen. We on a roll. Hey, we on a rollin'. That ain't how we roll. Oh no, it ain't stolen. We on a roll. Hey, we on a rollin'. Sooner or later, the dice land on the table. You know that's what fables are made of. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man did double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical.
That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. It is a pleasure to have you all here, and welcome to a Friday night stream, June 30th, 2017, as we get back into the flagship Dungeons & Dragons campaign of my channel with the Infinity and Beyond crew and the Rise of Tiamat. I'm really looking forward to this. I am again in my rented office that I have here, and I want to thank the fine people at Regis Office Solutions to make it possible for me to do this. And I'm actually here after hours, so hopefully security will not come and kick me out before we're done. But this is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to some good times tonight as we play for the next 3.5, close to 4 hours, something like that, as we continue our session. Before I do that, though, I want to remind everybody about ways to support the stream. First of all, of course, there is always the Steam group, ! Steam group, to hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. ! Oh my god, what? Whoa, Specchio, is that, now see, did Specchio just do that? Oh, holy cow, I want to actually see something here. Is that, because I was going to mention that could either be the Patreon or it could be the sub. Specchio, did you just subscribe? Because the reason I'm bringing this up is because we have ARV2, which is the YouTube channel, Steam Group, which is Steam Group, Discord, which is Discord, and just having arrived, of course, we have the ARVtreon, the Patreon, ! ARVtreon, and just joining up with us, just becoming part of the system, I now indeed have a sub button. So I want to thank Hillness and Specchio so much. Guys, I do not yet have anything set up in terms of emotes and stuff like that, but I will. I'm literally traveling on the West Coast, and Twitch decided to roll this out while I was traveling, and so I don't have anything set up yet, but I'm going to be getting an emote. And in fact, if you're part of my Discord channel, which you should please do so, there's going to be a poll that's going to be listed that is going to basically describe which emote we would like to use. I basically am between Arv Quill and Arv Hype as the emote that I want to use, which will be a sub emote, and also like the subscriber badge. So I want to check that out. Well, thanks, Specchio. I really appreciate that, and I want to thank Hilmus as well. But yes, subbing is definitely a thing that will help also. The emotes that I basically want, it's basically between Arv Quill, which I think is just perfect for the brand of the channel, but I think that Arv Hype is the one that's likely to get used on more channels than that. So I'm kind of in the middle of that. Well, listen, the Arv Dragon will always be part of the better TTV emotes, but I like the idea of having the global emote. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. And yes, subscribe will allow you to do that. I do have a sub button. Now you can actually hit that sub button underneath. They allow you to subscribe at any of the tiers that you like. So you've got the $4.99, the $9.99, and the $24.99, I think it is. So I'm really excited. I'm glad that we finally got a sub button. I think that's really cool. So I'm excited about that. Yes, Kill, that would be great. If you could set up a straw poll for the emote, that would be lovely. That would be super awesome. And so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to, like what benefits are going to stay in the Patreon, what benefits are going to go to subscribers, how inspiration is going to work. It might be that I might have inspiration go to people who subscribe instead of Patreon members. I might do that. I don't know. I have to think about it. And obviously I haven't had a chance to think about it yet because I'm, doing what I'm doing, which is traveling at the moment. But that's what's going on. So hopefully we'll be able to figure out something. I might even be able to do an even cooler quill, like maybe an even more super deluxe quill. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I will continue to think about it. But yes, thank you to those of you who subscribed. I really appreciate that, guys. Soon you will have something cooler than just that star button. But for right now, thank you guys so much to Hilness and to Speakio and to whoever else wants to jump on board for sub. I don't see, that's the thing, or Weaver, I don't really know. Like, I don't really know if I have a preference, to be honest with you. I guess I feel like whatever is easier for people to do would probably be what I want. If people are able to support me, that really helps me. Technically, the Patreon, more of that money goes directly to me, but I would rather have it be something where people subscribe. Like, for example, I know that some people don't like going outside of the system, even to Patreon. So just being able to hit the sub button, especially with having like the Twitch Prime subs that some people have, that makes it a lot easier. So I would rather have people connected with the channel somehow than I would not have them connected at all. So I guess what I'm basically saying is I want to give people the choice of what it is better for them, whether it's sub or the Patreon. Technically, I get more money through the Patreon, but the sub button is also really cool for me. So clearly you can tell that I've been thinking about this, but I haven't had a chance to think too much about it because, again, I'm traveling. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I have been thinking about how to make this happen because I'm excited that we have a sub button now, and that's really cool. So I will continue to think more about it. But schedule-wise, I just want to mention one thing, which is this Saturday is probably not going to be a stream for me because I don't really have a place to do it with functional internet. I may stream on Saturday night, but no promises. Next week on Tuesday will not be a stream because it's July 4th, so I will not be streaming on July 4th. However, after that, I will be doing my normal streams on Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to be putting together my schedule for that sometimes over the next few days. I don't know exactly when, but we'll see. But tonight, we have the spectacular Dungeons & Dragons Infinity and Beyond crew. So let me just quickly get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Let me turn on that. There we go. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. I hope everyone is doing well. I am wearing my Cameroon shirt today, and you can see that I'm in the same office that I was in before. So welcome, everybody. Let me move that like that. There we go. So hi, everyone. Good to see you all. And yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to some fun times with Infinity and Beyond. I am all set to go. Not only do I have my stuff ready, I've also got my Subway sub. And I've even got, assuming that everything goes well tonight for the guys, and we have great, assuming we have great, experiences, I got my chocolate chip cookie hype going on as well, so I am good to go. Ooh, cool. All right, thanks, Killbyte. Yeah, definitely check this out. What sub emote should I use? Arv Quill or Arv Hype? That would be awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. Okay, and just before I get started, thanks to everyone who's here to start out. Thank you to my wonderful viewers, Dark Coleman, Vilacious Tawn, Trendane Sod, about which more in a moment, PKD Van, Orb Waver, EKAG, Egg Roll, Cairo, about which more in a moment, Black Belt, Spakio and Hillness, my 2 new subs. Thank you so much, guys. Shadowed Mage, Kilobyte, Dragon Spear, my wonderful mods. So this is, yeah, it's a rented office. Not a hotel, though. It's not a hotel. It's actually not that far. It's its own place where you can rent an office for the day. So I did that because I love you guys and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss streams. But with that said, I'm going to unmute myself so that they can hear me talking. I'm going to unmute them, and now I'm going to move over. Dun, 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 dun. There we are, to the incredible Infinity and Beyond crew. You can see them all there, with the exception of the black square of TikTok, and I will describe what's happening there in just a minute. But, gentlemen, it is a pleasure to have you all back here and back with us. And as always, I will start with the gentleman directly next to me on your screen, and that, of course, is our good friend Trendane Sparks. Hello, Tren. How are you? Welcome. And how are you, sir? How's life, the universe, and everything? Happy belated birthday, by the way. And,
I'm betting 3 words or less, boys. What are you putting down? Any bets on this one? 3 words? 5? I'm going for 5. 6 words? Anyone?
5 words. I'm going to say
5 words. 5 words or less.
What do you got, Tren?
Who are these people?
Who are these people? That's
Ooh,
4.
that was under 5. Who wins?
Friends. So welcome.
I don't recognize you. It's been so long. I have no idea who they are.
Who are all these people?
I don't know.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Where do they all come from?
How are you, sir? How's life?
Oh,
I love that pause he always has.
well, I have to go back to what happened recently and figure out how things are, because I sleep a lot during the day. So, as you can see, I'm streaming from the surface of this
Semi-comatose.
There's this other group that I stream, role-playing games with. Sorry.
No, I get it. It's fine.
We did our show last night over on Not So Speedrun's channel, where we're playing Blades in the Dark, which is basically like, it's the world used to be a fantasy world, and then some horrible cataclysm happened, and they built an industrial city on top of it.
Nice.
Cool.
And so everything is run on something called electroplasm, which is made from demon blood. It's really great.
Of course it is.
And you basically all play criminals.
That sounds awesome.
It is amazing. When I
That
first
sounds
started
really
doing it, I was
awesome,
like,
yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
how big this. I'll try to get into it and whatnot. And my character is what is called a whisper, and he's basically like, imagine Cole Sear from The Sixth Sense.
Okay.
Where he sees, spirits, and they come to him. They're like, "I want vengeance." He's like, "Okay, let's go get it." And then he can command demons and whatnot. But there's a bit of it's like, okay, yeah, fine, I'll do this for you. But when I come back, you and I are gonna have words. And it's like, oh damn, okay. So
Nice.
we had a really intense episode last night, so I'm still kind of coming down off that.
Nice. We will endeavor.
That never
to match
happens
up.
here.
I was going to say, intense sessions never occur with us.
That
right?
never happens here. We're calm, cool, and collected on this stream.
Yes.
It's not like we're about to walk into a fight or anything.
No, I mean certainly not. Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But that's awesome. For some reason,
Barroom
I
brawl.
have the brutal. It's the hardest time getting to watch that, and it's driving me up a wall. I know I could watch the VOD, but it's not the same. I want to be able to watch it live. So hopefully I'll be able to do that next Thursday. But it's a pleasure to have you back, Tren, as always. Of course, Trendane also in the Arvocalis, and also in my Tolkien campaign, which has been a lot of fun. First 2 sessions of that, so I'm looking forward to continuing that
Cheating
too.
on us with our.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes,
Yeah.
cheating with me, exactly.
Do you have any other free time you would like to sacrifice to the altar of our Van Elrond?
It is. Yes, it's a. I have them booked solid.
Make your offering now.
Moving right along, of course, to our good friend. But you didn't do the joke though. You didn't do the joke, Sud.
Well, sorry, I got to fix that. Hold on, there we go.
All right, yes, there we go. Coming to you live from down under. Live from down under. It is.
Sorry.
He's just gonna work.
Let's turn the other direction.
How?
This is exactly how it is in Australia, right? Like you've just presented
Yes.
much of Middle America's view of that world. You're
Exactly.
like, they're all
Be careful-
upside down,
be careful,
aren't they?
Sod.
It
if
really
this-
does.
if this goes viral, there are going to be some NBA stars whose minds are going to be blown by what you just did. Okay.
It's all over. It's all over.
I told you that motherfucker was flat.
Welcome, Saad. How are you doing, my friend? How's life and the universe, etc.?
Oh, it's been stressful, family stuff, but like other than that, yeah, all right. I'll probably say it here. Why not? My sister had a baby, and now I'm officially an uncle, and it's like,
Yay.
and my mum is like freaking out because she gets to go and see a baby nearly every night now.
Get to see a baby again.
Congratulations, Saad. Well done. I know it was difficult for you.
I know. It was so hard.
It's quite a struggle, but
Like a super buddy.
He was in the hospital for a couple of days, so I had to do all the. She had like all these people coming to the house to fix problems and hospitals, and I had to do all that. So that was my stressful part.
Did you say possums?
Yeah, possums.
Of course.
Like
Normal step in
little
giving
jerks.
birth is dealing with
We
possums.
legally aren't allowed to actually kill them, which sucks. You have to. There's like these rules, and you have to.
To negotiate on
rid of
their
them.
terms.
right. I was going to say, on the other hand, they are allowed, like everything in Australia, to kill you. I found out, I was saying this to Saad the other day, that apparently 7 out of the 10 world's most poisonous snakes live in Australia. And I'm like, why is this one continent, like, why was it designed by, God and the universe to be the place where all things that kill go? Like, I don't...
Well, because that's what they did. That's what they sent there too.
I guess they're like, and we'll send people who will survive death. Like, I don't.
You see those two platypuses as well with like the duck bill.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna tell me those are poisonous? Like
they're poisonous too.
Really? They just stare at you and you turn to stone, right? They're actually basilisks, and they're like, oh my god.
We sent the world sent people that they didn't expect to survive down there. They didn't only survive, they thrived, and now they can fucking kick everything's ass.
Listen, man, I saw Space Seed. I know the deal with Khan. Like, this is exactly. It was the USS Botany Bay. It was the USS Botany Bay. It was the same thing. Oh my god.
Oh no, we have to get the fuck out of here.
It's a Botany Bay. Anyway, it's a pleasure to have you on board, Saad, and congratulations on becoming an uncle. I'm glad some of that stress has been reduced. And since you are not the parent, I can tell you that now you get the fun part because you get to be like, the kids, and then they get to take care of the children.
Oh yeah,
moving forward,
I'll have nights where I got to take care of the baby while they go out and have dinner because they need that break, which I fully understand.
And you can start indoctrinating it
take
into
care of a
gaming
baby
early.
before,
So there you go.
Right.
You're like, what the hell was this? What does this mean?
Why is it doing? Why are you looking at me this way? Yes. Yes.
Arv, unlike Space Seed or Wrath of Khan, this stream is -1 set of Ricardo Montalban's fantastic rolling chesticles.
That is definitely.
So that's gonna be.
That is definitely
It's gonna be
true.
lacking that a little bit, and maybe some Fantasy Island as well. But we'll hopefully supply our own.
It is. It is true. There were stuff like I love the fight at the end of that original episode. The fight at the end of that episode. The fight at the end of that episode is pretty much where he's just like, I have 5 times your strength, and then Kirk kicks his ass anyway somehow. You're like, really? Like, so I guess it didn't matter, but yeah, great character though.
He is great.
It is good stuff, and led to one of the great Star Trek movies, of course, as well. All right, so moving right along to our good friend John. Welcome, John. John, who I'm jealous of because John got to go to Origins and I didn't because I was sick as a dog. So welcome, John. I hope you had a good time and had
A
fun.
good time was had by all. You were missed, good sir, but there's always Gen Con. So there you go.
Yes. Oh, Gen Con.
Don't
Exciting.
get sick.
No, dude, I'm gonna put myself in a freaking bubble the 2 weeks leading up to it. You kidding me?
That's
Oh my
right.
god.
That's right. Hey, everybody. So glad to be back after our kind of enforced vacation. It's good to be here. Good to see everyone. The crew is back together again, so we can get into more trouble, I'm sure.
Yes.
Although I've been busy after Origins, which was very nice. As I just told Arv, I've been working on my super secret project that I was actually in New York for last month, and hopefully will come to fruition very soon, which I'm very excited about, but can't really say a whole bunch about. But I'm pumped. So.
Yep.
Nice vague posting right there, and I'm just going to move on. So I'm playing Cade Marmadas, the irrepressible halfling rogue who almost came to blows with Rayuvi Darkcrasher last session. Let's see if we can get there this session, okay?
Yes, I'm excited for that. Yes, I'm excited about this super secret, about several projects that John and I know about, which
Yes.
I'm incredibly excited about and to talk more about when we can. And Lego, thanks a lot, man. Coughs and hacks on me, then sneezes. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll think about you fondly as I prepare for your imminent virtual death while I am lying on my back feeling bad. Sorry for myself, if that were to happen again. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to avoid any viruses of that kind again. But thanks, John. Always a pleasure to have you on board. And moving right along, of course, we have someone who, though his team was not able to win more than a game in the NBA Finals, at least he does have a championship to his name in the last couple of years, and he's not the New York Knicks. So I think we can all agree that there's always that's a positive. Hello, Cairo. How you doing, man? Good to see you. And how have you been, sir?
Hello, everybody. I was not going to bring up the game at all. I will say all.
How did that work out for you?
All I'm gonna say is, like you said so yourself, I already have one championship, and unlike Boston fans, I'm not greedy. I don't need to pretend like the sky is falling just because we lost. It's okay.
Boston fans are greedy.
I'm not greedy at all, so I'm okay with that.
You don't have to make everything about the fucking Yankees.
So that's all I'll say. I wasn't gonna bring anything up since it was so long ago. It's been a month. It was just we're all over it.
That was last year. I mean,
it was I was like, wow, this was many moons. Many moons have passed.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
There were lots of things that were better that happened last year, Arv. Let's not go into
oh
it.
god, yeah.
So there's I've been great. Excited to be back. Looking forward to moving the story and seeing what's going to happen. A lot of things are going on from what I remember, and a lot of exciting things. So very, very happy to be here. I'm looking forward to the long weekend as well. It's been kind of a busy month, and I think for a lot of us. So if you are, well, especially you, Saad, I'm sure you get to enjoy a nice long weekend over there. But
we'll be thinking about you as we have our Independence Day.
Yeah. So,
as we blow things up.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see the.
I'll be tipping my martinis to you on Monday and Tuesday as you are at work. Don't worry.
I saw a great picture earlier that said that it is, the happy Brexit of 1776. So
nice.
That's
nice.
That's a good one.
the original Brexit,
Wow.
I guess.
That is good.
That's good. That is good.
I was looking. Yeah, exactly. I was looking forward to saying that with Mike here, but we will get to that. But yes, I'm happy to be here. I'll move right along, and I'll be playing Gezma Adema, a half-elf bard, tonight and for the future. I didn't know where I was going there.
And the future, who seeks an airship and other things.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, good to have you here as always, Cairo. And thank you, Jedi, for the congratulations on the affiliate sub. I appreciate it. And hello to Mythar as well. Thank you guys for being here. So that leads us to TikTok, played by Screaming Joypad, Mike Smith. Yes. So Rob is going to do the voice for him. Unfortunately, Mike, who is sir, not appearing in this picture. Mike has had a complete internet collapse, basically, and so his ISP has crapped all over himself, and it's incapable of broadcasting him. So he's not able to make it here. Although I'm hoping it might clear up later on, and we can get him on board. But he's very sorry. So he will not be joining us, and so TikTok will be played by the rest of the guys, and the voice will be provided for you by the next gentleman who is on the list, and that, of course, is our good friend Rob of the Random Cast. I will allow him to explain how things have changed, but Rob also survived his trip to parts not quite unknown and had a good time there. So, Rob, how are you? Welcome back to stateside. I hope your travels were as good as it sounded like they were and all that stuff.
Real quick.
I went to Scandinavia and came back as a giant.
Or while he's doing his intro, you read Discord. Go.
Oh, okay. We'll do that.
I need him to pay attention.
I'm also
fine. I don't need him to pay Everybody goes reads Discord. Hi, I'm nobody. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Thanks. Hi. Dark
well,
Side
I mean,
Rob.
you'll appreciate it because he's gonna zoom out of your face, hopefully.
Okay, I will try to do that.
Zoom out of my
we love the close up of Rob.
You're like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah, it's really close. Like in my normal position, I'm
is.
really close as well. So that's why I sat back a bit.
Part of the problem is that the
Exactly.
window, I don't want to capture the part that says like, stuff underneath it, so I'm having to adjust. Okay, anyway, go on.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm
I don't care. Just make sure that I'm in the center. Hi, everybody. GC Darkside Rob of the GC Darkside Rob channel. Yeah, so long story short, I'm going to be making a big announcement on my channel on Sunday as to what's happening with that. For the most of you who know me from the Game Crashers channel, my new channel now is twitch.tv/GC Darkside Rob. For years and years and years on Twitch TV, people have known me as Darkside Rob, and when I go out to other channels on Twitch TV or do anything else on social media, I've been doing a lot previously as Game Crashers, And while Game Crashers has been a huge part of who I am, it is not what I am anymore, really. It was a site that I started with a bunch of friends to do a real video game website in the style that I wanted to do, which was humor and information and, keeping people honest in the video game industry. And I still want to do that shit, but I have to do it as me on Twitch, and I am Darkside Rob. So now my Twitch channel reflects that. So if you're already following me at Game Crashers, you don't have to do a single solitary thing, all because you will already be following me at twitch.tv/GCDarksideRob. If you like what I do here on this channel or on my channel as part of Infinity and Beyond or the Art Vocalists, you can definitely now follow me at twitch.tv/GCDarksideRob. And you can come over on Sunday and watch my first Skyrim Sunday cast. Sunday Fun Day, probably be one of the last days of the Steam sale, playing that and other fun games and talking about E3 and talking about my trip to Scandinavia, the Baltic Sea, from Copenhagen to Russia and back, and I'll show you guys a whole bunch of videos and photos from that, as well as vlogs that I'm going to be posting over the next couple of days that I'm currently editing. And most importantly, I'll be doing more music casts over at twitch.tv /GCDarksideRob, because I have all the equipment now set up to do so, and part of my streams will be creative for that, which I will get into on Sunday with a whole lot of new things going on there, and video game shenanigans, as you are all hopefully already used to. And so that's me, GC Darkside Rob. I look forward to seeing you over there. Thanks a lot.
Lovely. Congratulations on the rebrand. And yes, Jedi,
thank you very much, sir.
I do.
It was a hard decision to make, but it was time.
I'm
with
excited
the whole
to see
affiliates and everything, and
yeah,
the sub buttons and things. It made everything much easier to streamline everything under me, as opposed to this brand that no one is really aware of as me anymore.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see how it all comes together, and I'm excited to see the music cast too. So it's gonna be fun times. So you guys should definitely go over there, and you should not only follow Rob but subscribe to him. And I can now say that you should go sub to him as well. So I did, and Jedi, thank you for reminding me. I do in fact have the player not available tag, and I have now, as you can see, I have placed it in the appropriate spot. So player not available will be brought to us by right next TikTok, so he'll be the one handling it.
Oh, sorry. And I should just mention one more time, because somebody had asked about Random. For anybody who doesn't know, the Random Cast is the name of my show that I've been doing for many years on my channel, and there will be a second show that I'm going to be premiering once I get the graphics done for it. That will be the music show. So the Random Cast will stay as it is, and then the other cast will be more music and video game and music tech related focused stuff like that.
Awesome.
Anyway, more news to come.
Awesome.
Just
good stuff.
Clearing that up.
So let us get into it, guys. We return here to the Rise of Tiamat, and I will give the quick summary, as I always do. Usually this takes a couple of minutes, but the reason I think it's important to do it, especially when there's been a month in between sessions, is because it's important to get both the players and I think the audience kind of rekeyed into where we are. So this is part 2 of the Tyranny of Dragons. In part 1, the Horde of the Dragon Queen, the guys were able to strike a blow against the financial arm of the Cult of the Dragon, which is attempting, as they discovered, to bring back Tiamat, the queen of the evil dragons, who has been banished to the 9 hells. They are attempting to bring her back, which would be pretty much horrific. If you could imagine what it would be like to bring back the Borg plus nuclear apocalypse and maybe throw in like Galactus, you'd have a vague sense of what it would be like if Tiamat came back. It would suck for everybody except for the dragons, the evil ones. And so as a consequence, hold on just a second, because I'm still adjusting. Thank you for the host, BMAC, as I'm still trying to get all my host stuff worked out. Thank you very much. That is cool. I'm going to put that main window down lower. There we go. Cool. All right. So thank you for the host, BMAC. So these guys were able to strike a blow against that cult of the dragon financially, but what they were not able to do was to completely stop the plans of the cult of the dragon, which continued. What they discovered is that the cult of the dragon has a set of these higher-ups called worm speakers, who are these ones who are supposed to be able to use parts of a dragon mask. There are multiple parts of this dragon mask, and when they are combined together, that essentially is a major part of what is necessary for the ritual to bring Tiamat to actually happen, to bring Tiamat back. And so these guys have chased around much of the Sword Coast in an effort to track them down. They have not been able to find parts of the dragon mask, but they have seen different places where the dragon masks might have been. They defeated in the first part Resmir, who was probably the person who was responsible for holding the black dragon mask, but they never actually found the mask itself. They ended up finding later on Varum, the white, who supposedly had the white dragon mask, but the white dragon mask was stolen from him, and they were able to track him down and find and capture, actually back from a group of Wanti, the people that had found Varum, but they did not have the mask itself. The mask has remained stolen, so they don't know who has it, but they ultimately do not. And so now they are still trying to track down the last couple, and what happened over the last couple of sessions, in addition to a lot of interpersonal stuff, is first of all, Samuel Adams was lost in combat, lost as he was fighting this great white dragon, but while they were in the midst of fighting him, they found two more companions to join them. One was TikTok, which was a warforged that had been frozen into the ice of the dragon's lair, and the other one was Gesmund Edema, a half-elf bard, who had actually tracked them down through the use of an airship, which did not survive its entire journey up to the north, ended up crashing. But Gesma was able to find his way there, in part, as he told him, because he had heard things about Warforged and connected to the airship, but also because he was friends with Fifley's parents, who had sent him to find Fifley and also to give him some information. One bit of that information is that Fifley's parents were in trouble, and so Fifley now has that information that he has to worry about, which is what am I going to do about them, along with this interaction with, of course, Gesma Edema. In the meantime, Gromnir Grumblehammer continues to deal with visions and warnings of apocalyptic scenarios and the end of all things brought about by the rise of Tiamat. Cade Marmadas has his own problems because he's dealing, of course, with a figure from his past, Hotch, someone who killed Cade's best friend, or had him killed, and used to be the sort of Fagin, if you will, the Oliver Twist story's bad guy, used to be the Fagin to Cade's Oliver Twist, and Hotch has basically asked Cade to retrieve
I
this
don't
particular
think Cade
kind
was
of...
ever Oliver Twist, but let's move on.
That's it. Food, glorious food. Anyway, so he asked him to retrieve this particular unusual metal for him. Cade has agreed to do so in part because Hotch supposedly has information for him regarding dragon masks, regarding council members, and regarding those who are trying to track down Ryuvi Darkcrasher. And while we're on the subject of Ryuvi Darkcrasher, Ryuvi, who was originally sent to find Alharazed, a person who was with this party for a brief period of time, Alharazed had done some terrible thing to Ryuvi's people. Ryuvi has not discussed it very much, except to tell the guys, to tell the group that he was sent there in the first place, and whose superiors basically feel like, at this point, he has sort of lost sight of his mission, that he's working too much with these, and they've essentially threatened him and said that he needs to get back on board and do what he's supposed to do and stop befriending these topsiders. And Ryuvi has more or less told them to stick it where the sun don't shine. And the problem with that, of course, is that that means that Ryuvi may himself become a target, and so the group has got that to think about.
The Drow take that so well.
Because they really enjoy that kind of stuff. Exactly right.
They're not an attitudinal sort at all.
That's right. And then the last thing to keep in mind is that most recently, at the last council meeting, the second council meeting, the council of the Lord's Council that basically gathered together the most important figures in the Sword Coast for the good side, there were two things that happened. The first is that a representative of the good dragons, the metallic dragons, bronze, silver, etc., have invited members of the council to come to them for basically a treaty discussion because they want to be able to see if they can actually help and assist the council. And it would be nice to have some dragons on your side. I think we can all agree, since most of what you're doing is fighting dragons, it'd be nice to have some good ones to work for you.
I am the last dragon.
I'm the last dragon. And the other thing, of course, is that we have the discovery of another worm speaker. There was an attack that was made on the Misty Forest, something which in particular Fifely is familiar with, but others know about as well. And a ranger character, Delon Wilterhound, has come to actually ask for the council's help. The problem is that King Melendrock, who is the king of the elves in charge of the Misty Forest, basically does not want to deal with Delon Winterhound's problems. His belief is that he's been able to ward off further attacks. He thinks he's got it under control, and as the party has discovered, there may be personal reasons that Melendrock does not want this to be investigated further, because there are rumors that one of his own family members may in fact be connected with the Cult of the Dragon. And so the party, after some consideration, decided to go and deal with this situation first before they dealt with the metallic dragons. And so they traveled to the Misty Forest, where they discovered a village which had been largely destroyed, although there are some parts still standing, by this attack. And what they were able to discover was, first of all, that this attack was engaged in by a green dragon, and on top of the green dragon was a rider. The rider is the controversial part, because the officials of the town, and in particular Galen, who is the warden of the town, Galen denies that there was any rider, denies that there was any such thing. There was an attack by a green dragon, but it was just kind of a rogue attack. They managed to sort of ward it off, and was basically acting very suspiciously. And so after some work that the party did, working to try to save an injured elf, in one particular case, Gromnir Grumblehammer and Gesma were handling that. In another case, they were trying to save a house which had been damaged in an attack and which was almost going to collapse and fall. That was handled by Cade Marmados and by TikTok. Cade also found a couple of children that he was able to talk to about some of the things that had happened with the attack on the town. And there ended up actually being an encounter between Cade and Ryuvi, because Ryuvi felt that Cade had been exceptionally rude to Galen, with which Ryuvi had some connection or contact, felt like he could understand this person's pain. Cade and Ryuvi had it out a little bit in last session.
But we kissed and made up. It's
kissed and made up. And last but certainly not least, Fifely Harper was able to speak to the Raven, to Galen's Raven. And Galen's Raven explained to him that the rider on this green dragon had basically threatened Galen and threatened the rest of the town, and that if Galen revealed the truth about what had actually happened, that there would be consequences to him and to the rest of the town. And when Fifely asked him, well, when are these consequences supposed to occur, the Raven told him, now. And that was basically where we left it as we started. And so I'm going to leave this right here. Hello, Ten. How are you? So I'm going to leave these guys with that information now that you all know where you stand. Fifely, you have just had this thing said to you by the Raven, and of course the rest of your party is sort of standing there as Galen sort of looks suspiciously in your direction. So the question I have for you gentlemen is, what do you want to do?
Okay. I will say real quick, there was some necromancy that took place as well. Didn't we?
Oh, that's correct. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Yes.
Never forget the necromancy.
Yeah.
You're quite right.
We did talk to some dead people.
So I forget. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that.
Bring out your dead.
You did talk to some dead people. I forgot about that. Yes. You talked to some of the dead people who confirmed that there had been a rider on top of this green dragon, and that again, there were some people, bits and pieces of witness testimony that suggested there was this rider, but not from Galen, who claims that this is not true and that it's basically just distracting people from the real issues of rebuilding the village and blah 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 blah. And so yes, thank you. I forgot about that. So that's where we stand. And so now I leave it to you, gentlemen. What do you want to do?
Here we stand. Sorry.
And we're all with Fifely right now, right? Aren't we all?
Correct.
And
correct.
I think I'm waiting outside because
I thought you were outside Galen's
Yeah,
place.
exactly. Because this guy pissed me off so much, I don't even want to look at him.
Yeah, you get
He
outside.
hasn't shared the information
outside.
found out yet. All right, you.
Now, when the Raven said now or no,
Hey, ravens can talk quite well. I'll have you know.
That made
Not
no
like
sense.
they're asthmatic. I don't know.
Its feathers just dropped. Just give it a chance.
So
Yes, sir.
he said now, but then am I misremembering that then there was a sound from outside?
No, there was no sound from outside. It was just
I'm
the.
not misremembering, or
No,
no?
You are misremembering. There was no sound from outside. No, there was no sound from
Cade
outside.
broke wind. That's all.
No big dragony shadow passing overhead.
No, the last bit of information you had simply was that he said, now, and that was the sort of dun dun dun. And of course, none of the other people in the hut know what has just happened, other than you. I mean, so.
All right.
We are starting to wonder why that bird won't shut up, though.
All right. So, Lively, we'll turn back and face towards Galen and sort of nod to the Raven for a moment. Your companion here is quite a chatterbox when he gets going. You, on the other hand, are unnecessarily tight-lipped about the current way things are. Fortunately for you, I don't believe the threat that was leveled against you covers him. So, when this thing comes back, you can be guaranteed that you will have our assistance in, at the very least, driving it off again, with perhaps 2 or 3 of its limbs removed. However, we're going to do our damnedest to kill it and help you people. And so I will turn and relay to the crew what the Raven said.
And I will respond to that in 1 second. Although quickly, I want to say to Kanjia, thank you so much. Kanjia has just subbed to the channel. Thank you, Kanjia. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kanjia is a good guy, one of my fellow GOG streamers. Thank you so much, Kanjia. As I've been telling everyone, I'm going to get sub stuff up and running shortly, but I have been traveling, and so this all kind of, they were like, hey, I have a sub button. I'm like, oh, awesome. So, but thank you so much. There will be stuff for subs. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much.
I know the feeling. I was in another country.
Right.
Speaking of stuff in the chat, earlier, I guess it was a birthday thing, Orb Weaver inspired me, but I already have an inspiration, so I'll hold on to that second one.
Oh yeah, that's a good call because those things can't stack.
Right.
Orb, maybe what you could do, would you be amenable, Orb, to switching it to one of the other people that does not have inspiration at the moment, just because Fifely's already got inspiration? Are you cool with that, Orb? And I'm sorry that I didn't note that. I did see it, and I just didn't have a chance to respond to it, but thank you for reminding me. Mm-hmm. So I'll wait for Orb's answer, and then I will go on to say that, so you say all that, and then the last part of it was, did you ask him a question at the very end, or you just turned to the others?
No, I just basically, told him, when it comes back, we're going to help you, and then told everybody else started telling everybody else what was going on.
Okay. Well, so when you turn to sort of say he says, I don't have any idea what you mean by a threat, other than the general threat of the dragon. There's nothing specific that happened here. I don't know what you've heard from ravens, but it's simply a bird.
Then you have nothing.
I'm gonna go outside and grab Cade and bring him in because I feel like he should probably be here to hear this. Because
I'm sorry, I have no. I'm sorry, I have no.
You're going to invite.
Where the hell am I?
What are you doing, Ruby?
I don't remember whether I'm in the inside outhouse, front house, back house. I don't. I'm outside. Was I with the necromancy crew?
To the best of my knowledge, we're all outside the door. Trend is inside doing his thing, and we're kind of waiting to hear what's happening.
I was
inside. Got it. Okay. Got it. Sorry.
Yesma, you'd better define what you mean by grab, because I am not up to being grabbed by anyone after what happened last session. So be very careful with that terminology.
Buy him a drink first, is what he's saying.
That's right. And I went on the outside.
Yeah, that's correct. The inside people right now are Gromnir and Fifely, and I want to say that Gesma was inside as well with those three, and I think the others were right outside the door, if I'm not mistaken.
I just mean I want to wave everybody in.
Be like, come in.
Information.
Okay.
This is all information we should probably all hear.
Okay.
Especially after Fifely tells us what the Raven said.
Okay.
That's kind of like the oh shit moment.
Yep.
Okay, hey, you guys need to come in here because there's been a development.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go outside and just tell whoever's outside, Ryu, VK, whoever, hey guys, there's. The Raven shit has hit thy fan. Let's go.
Not Raven shit. That one takes weeks to get out.
At least it's a stain.
Okay, so is everyone going to follow?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
So Galen, so as you guys come in, Galen looks at all of you kind of suspiciously. You see him standing, still standing behind his desk, kind of looking at all of you, hands by his sides. But he's looking at all of you uncertainly.
Make a move, big boots. Just go right ahead.
Draw.
And so
I'm waiting for him to pull something out, like take poison or some crap. I don't know. So Mike told us what the Raven said, correct?
Yes.
Over Galen's protestations as just a bird. I want to make sure I have this. I want to, the timing actually counts on this, Arv. So I'm assuming that's kind of what happened. Am I correct
Yes,
in that?
he mentioned that it was just a bird after he heard this thing from Fifely about there being a threat that you guys would support him in the threat.
And something I remember. I want to make sure I remember this correctly. Something said. I don't remember if it was the bird or the dead body. Boy, that's a sentence. I don't know which thing was the one that said that it was directly coming for Galen. Like it was.
The Raven
said
the
that.
Raven is the one
The
that said
Raven
that,
said
that
that.
there had been a direct threat, right?
If
about
I
them.
eat you, Galen, I'll leave the village alone. Is pretty much what they said.
Right.
That's what he
Right.
wants.
If Galen turned himself over to the drug,
As a
whatever,
snack, yes.
as
pretty
a,
much.
or whatever. We
Whatever,
didn't think
yeah.
just like
I was assuming he was going to
come with us. Your village is spared.
Right.
something like that.
Right. Something.
More or less.
So here's the question, Fifely. Do you tell us exactly what the Raven says now? Said?
I mean, I'm not gonna.
He said,
Yeah,
we got it.
My Raven translator's not on the fritz right now.
Are you saying that in front of Galen? Is what I think is.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I
now
want to see how
what is-
Galen responds to all of this. Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you're not telling him outside the hut. You're going to tell him what the Raven said in
Yeah.
front of him. Okay.
That's what I assumed.
So-
That's why I went and grabbed them.
As you're speaking, Galen sort of looks more and more agitated. And when you're finished with this, Galen says, "I don't know what he's talking about. He couldn't possibly know anything about anything. This is nonsense." And he sort of babbles a little bit more, and then he says, "Are all of you in league with the cult of the dragon? Are you attempting to break the resolve of Altand?"
I'm gonna interrupt him and step forward and say,
Okay.
before you utter another word, remember something. We are alike, you and I stood up for you against my friends because of that kinship that goes beyond words, goes beyond actions, but to blood. If you made me a fool, I will not soon forget it.
So he kind of looks at you and then sort of shakes his head and says, I mean no harm to anybody. I simply am doing what I can to preserve this village." And he sort of, you can see that he's kind of, he kind of puts his hand on the desk and lowers his head. And then he says, I don't, and then he starts, he basically breaks into this sobbing. And he says, "I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. I have nowhere to turn or to talk." And he just sort of trails off. And then he lowers himself into a seated position and just puts his head on the desk and just sobs.
I want to come down a little bit lower to his level and just say to him, I understand. Know this. We have come here specifically to help you and your people. That is the reason that we are here. But we must know everything if we are going to be able to help correctly, if we are going to make the right decisions to help everybody, your people and yourself included. We need every bit of the puzzle in order to solve it. Believe me when I say we are here to help you.
So there's a pause, and then he, without raising his head, he pulls out a drawer, the right side drawer from his desk, and he pulls out some round silver thing, which he then puts face up on the table in front of you. And as you look at it, you see the portrait of a beautiful elven woman. and it's this beautiful likeness, this dark brown hair cascading over her shoulders. She has this wonderful laughing smile on her face, and he just leaves it there and says nothing. He just puts that forward.
I'd like to examine the. You said it was a brooch or a necklace?
No, it's it looks like a portrait, like a sort of a personal portrait.
It's an actual
that's like
frame.
Okay. Yeah, like a frame. Yeah.
All right.
Like the bedside picture kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a decent size, and as you guys are looking at it, there's no name or anything else that's listed on there, but it's just this picture.
Yeah, I pass it around to everybody else.
Okay.
And I say to him, who is she?
And his head down, he says, "It was my wife, Ulissa, before she was killed in the attack." And then he just, more sobbing. The sobbing is quiet now, broken, might be the way you would describe it.
And
that's all, he says.
I am extremely sorry for your loss. Believe me.
And
we are accused that sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They accuse us now of being heartless, of not being compassionate. But I truly am when I say I am sorry for your loss.
And
I would only ask that you do not disrespect her death, that you respect her. Sorry, no. Let me rephrase that. Sorry. Axe, back it up. Try it again. I would only say that with her death, don't let her sorry. Don't let her. I was doing so well too. I hate it when this happens. I would only say, in her death, there can be something that comes out of this that does not make it in vain. There can be a good outcome to this. It can end here, and no one else has to suffer. I know this pain is deep that you feel. I too have lost those that I have loved. But we must survive. That is what they would want of us. To survive, to fight, and to go on. And we are here to do that, side by side with you.
So there's nothing for a good maybe 15, 20 seconds. And then he raises his eyes, and all of you who are watching this have perhaps similar connections that you can make. There's an expression that talks about merciless grief. It's a feeling of someone who has absorbed so much pain that it is impossible to express it without harming those around you, by which I mean there's a spillover effect, and there is a sort of relentlessness with which his gaze sort of takes all of you in. It's a mix of defiance, of incredible anguish and rage and loss. And after he sort of holds each of you for a moment with this gaze, he sighs and he says, "In the middle of the battle, I came up to this level, back to this place, so I could find the last of my arrows that I had used uselessly in trying to defend against the attack. When I emerged, I saw Ulissa on the platform, and then I saw her thrown over the side to her death. And I watched her fall the entire way, shrieking and screaming until the very end, when she silently looked at me. And I know that look. It was a look that asked me why I had failed. When her body had hit the ground like a rag doll, broken and destroyed, I turned and saw the dragon perched on a tree like a vulture, and on top of him was the rider. He wore a green mask, and he said to me, "I have broken your family. Now I will break your village as well. If you don't give me what I seek, all you love and care for will be destroyed as she was." I was ready to run, to leap at him, to attack. Anything would have been better than this. Anything! But I did not. I listened. He told me that he would not return to attack if I would give him information on other villages, on other places nearby. And then, when I was done, then I would have his permission to die. And he sort of shakes his head. I agreed. There was no stopping the attack of this creature. Nothing will stop the return of these creatures. Nothing will stop the dragons when they have risen again. Not the council, not the elves, not King Melindrock himself. So I did the only thing I could think to do. I sold my soul and her memory to save others. All that I know is that I have met him several times since then, to give him information on the whereabouts of others within the forest, allies, those who would stand against the dragons. I think I know where that place is where they meet. But I have no other information for you, except that you look at an empty shell of a man who once had a life and now has nothing but hollowness and failure to warm him. And then he sort of lowers his, then he kind of lowers his head again.
Then let us carry the banner for you. Give us this information so that we may meet them and fight for you.
And he raises his head. He stops for a second. He raises his head and he says, "If I do this, he will return and he will destroy my village. You cannot be powerful enough to stop him. You don't understand what power he wields. You don't understand the power of the dragon he rides, the other dragons he can bring to him. Even if you defeat one dragon, there will be 5, 10, 20. You cannot be this strong or this powerful." And he sort of, you can just, yeah. So you can see he's just worked with despair, anguish, passion. You feel almost as if you're taking part in one side of a conversation that he previously had with himself.
If we do nothing, then all hope is lost. We must meet and drive back the darkness. That is our only goal now. That is why we are here.
And he looks around at all of you and he says, all of you think you can somehow drive back this darkness? And he's sort of staring at all. He looks at you, Ryuvi, but he's also taking in the rest of the party also.
I will not speak for the entire party. I will let them speak for themselves. But I will say this. I did not leave my home thinking this would be the fight that I would fight. But it is the fight I have chosen. And I will see it to its end. Whatever end that may be.
Okay, what do the rest of you say?
While it may seem hubris, I will tell you this, since you say you know not of our power, I will tell you this. Thrice, dragons have fled from us.
And he sort of stares at you and he says, he opens his mouth as if to speak, and then he says, "Lies are the currency of this age. I don't know if I can believe you.
He speaks true. I was there, as was everyone else in this group. They will all say the same.
And if you think that's hard to believe, we actually killed one of the sons of bitches.
I have this image that you have like a still. I have this image that you have a drawing
great,
cade,
John.
a drawing cade of like a blue dragon falling into the sea asleep with you like with your fist pumped in the foreground, like
Oh, dude, it's still gonna
like
be
a
painting
dragon
as soon as-
selfie,
Oh yeah, as soon as this is all over, I did like the big painting when I'm retired in my home. It's gonna be like on one wall, the
Oh,
whole scene
man.
right there.
my
Oh yeah.
God, that
Tell us the
was- that
story
was-
of when you made him sleep, Granda. Well, it all started.
But gather round, children, and I'll tell you the tale.
So he.
But I tell you, actually, that's exactly what I say to the guy.
That was so good.
I was counting
was
on
so
that.
good.
Very good.
So he leans back in his chair and he says, "If I do this, you must make sure you destroy them when you go, because if any of them survive, my village and what's left of my integrity and my oath to my people will be destroyed. You must stop them if I give you this information. You must."
That is the plan.
I
And
will
we will
use
not stop
every
until-
power and element at my disposal to make sure that every single one of them no longer draws breath.
And the raven, at this point, actually sort of heavily lifts off of its perch, and it flies over to the desk, thunk, and it lands, and it walks forward, and then it tilts his head, and it looks at Galen. That's pretty much exactly what it does. Yeah, it does do that. It's like, it's exactly what it does, but it's kind of a plaintive.
Did it just have a bird orgasm?
It's sort of
what
like
happened?
it's sort of like a plaintive, almost a cry, but it's there's also some sense of communication to it. And Fifely, you hear him saying something to the effect of "yes," is what it sounds like the raven has said. Something like "yes," and Galen looks back at him, and Galen presumably does not understand raven speak, but he sort of puts his hand up and he kind of strokes the raven's feathers. And then he looks up at all of you and he says, I do not know who this masked green creature is, and I do not know where the location of he and his lair is, but I have a good guess. I have met them on several occasions in a place within the forest, and I have watched the dragon flying off a course due southeast. I also know that when I meet with them, and I have done so on several occasions, that the rider's hair and clothes are wet, damp, dripping, more than you would get from the dew of a early morning spring.
Does the rider have a name?
None that he has given me. He will not identify himself.
The information that he asked for, what was it specifically about? What targets did they want to go for?
And so he tells him that what the worm speaker, presumably, you don't know, but the masked figure, had been particularly interested in were other villages in the area, and he was most interested in two in particular: the location of King Melandrock's fortress, like basically where he is located within the forest, where he can be found, and the location of one Dalen Winterhound. What places does Dalen Winterhound go? Where does he like to stay? Where does he hang out? Things like that.
His habits, personal interests, long walks on the beach, that kind of thing.
Yep. Lots of names and locations, though, relating to those particular individuals, Melandrock and Dalen Winterhound in particular.
Follow-up question. Did at any time you were conversing with them, did they give an impression of a timeline when they were going to either strike the fortress? I assume Dalen would be a target of opportunity whenever they could get to him. But were they amassing like forces for an attack on the king's fortress at any
He never
point
said
in
anything
time?
like that, but he did say that this was happening soon, and would continually remind him, we still have need of you, and you will continue to tell us the information we need until we do not. basically. He tells him that he says that he's met him a couple of times within the last week. Remember, this attack didn't happen all that long ago, so the meetings have been a couple of times, and apparently no one in the village is aware that Galen has been doing this. Galen has been sort of sneaking out at night and so forth to be able to do this.
Arv, how long ago was that attack on the village, by the way?
I believe the attack happened a couple of weeks ago, if not mistaken.
Damn.
Maybe 10
All
days,
right.
something like that. So this is relatively recent. There's been no return attack since that time, but there have been, as I say, he's had a chance to meet with him on two separate occasions after that first attack.
Real quick, I want to turn to the rest of the party and pull him around just to quickly say, while Galen is in his grief, in order for Galen to save face in this, I believe it is in our best interest to not reveal what he has done to anybody else until we have gotten the information that we need and are ready to confront this evil. Galen has already suffered enough, and to his credit, even though he did betray his people, he also saved them to some degree, whether he believes it or not.
How many other wives, how many people has he put in danger because of his own selfish greed? He put his own allies on the line here. I think he needs to stand justice for the crimes that he committed. We've all suffered grief here, but come on.
Perhaps, but not now. Perhaps after this evil is dealt with.
Let's deal with the threat first, and then see what steps should be taken. I'm of the wait and see attitude right here. I lean more towards Ryubi's side of it. For now, let's keep it under our hats. We do not need the villagers thinking they can't trust their leader. Okay, just hold it to ourselves till we deal with this problem, and then we'll figure out what to do.
And you know how it is when Cade and I agree. It means we're about to fight. So
I will ultimately fall in line with whatever decisions you make, but I see a great deal of danger of keeping this man in charge of these people. I feel like he's already lost beyond repair.
And you may be right, Gesma. Someone else probably should be leading this village after this is said and done, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
Ultimately, I don't think it's about the village. I'm more concerned about our other allies and the fact that they have been put at great risk due to the actions of this man, and I don't know why they need to know that they might be compromised because of one man's grief and one man's greed.
It wasn't greed. He was doing what he thought to save the rest of his villagers. So I don't think greed has anything to factor into it. He wasn't being rewarded, except by not watching the rest of his villagers be slain by this dragon. So that's a paltry reward for what he gave up.
All I am suggesting, sorry to interrupt you, Kate. I am suggesting is that for right now, the village should try to remain intact while we go about our mission here. Let's let Galen be and let the situation here rest. We will inform our superiors of what they need to know with regards to Galen, and that will sort itself out one way or the other between now and when this has reached its conclusion. We don't need to stir up any more panic in the camp. And we need to make sure that Galen tells us everything this time. And with that, I think we can agree.
Good luck with that.
To you, Cade, I do regret standing up for him. You were right about him.
But the circumstances were not cut and dried, so I think there's enough fault to go around on both sides. I feel kind of shitty for what I told him, knowing what he was doing, to be quite honest. So, it is what it is, man.
Then let's consider the matter settled.
The mattress settled.
Let's consider the mattress settled.
Only on
thankfully it floats too, so we have a boat again. Yay!
Only on one condition: once we do it over a drink, and then it'll be buried. Turning back to Galen, you said they. We need to know everything you know about them: numbers, armament. You said multiple dragons? Everything you can remember, everything you said, everything
you said
you
multiple?
know.
Multiple?
Well, that kind of stuck in my head, you know.
He says when the attack first happened, it was extremely sudden, and it seemed to come from all corners. At their head, of course, was this dragon, and his rider. And I do have one name, a name that the rider called to the dragon. The name was Truth. And
Well, that lines up with what we know.
We've heard that before, right? Haven't we?
Yeah.
That one? I got
and
there.
he says,
Thank you.
in addition to that, there were many who were fighting on the ground. It was hard to determine how many. They all wore cloaks. They were of various heights and sizes. They attacked with daggers, short swords. They would attack children, then melt into the shadows, then attack our warriors, stab them in the back, then vanish again. And quite frankly, the village would have been easily overrun and destroyed. And then he sort of lowers his head again. When Julissa died, then I looked and saw the rider on the back of the dragon, had the conversation I related to you. He took off on the back of the dragon, and the attack ended. All the rest of the attackers melted away into the woods. Certainly there were more than 10 or 15, but whether 50 or 300, I could not tell you. I know only that they were impossible to get a good read on. They moved and slipped in and out of the shadows with ease. And as far as the extra dragons, that is based only on what I have heard from them. He keeps referring to when we arise, when the dragons come, when we attack, when the dragons strike. I am assuming that is what he means, but whether he refers to this moment or others, I cannot say.
Okay. I think we're going to assume that's in a future parlance of some kind, and we'll leave it at that. Now, first of all, Galen, I apologize for my earlier words. I had no idea of the choice you had been forced to make. And I cast a glance at Groovy and Red Gizmo as I say this, and I understand where you're coming from, perhaps more than most. However, I have another question to ask you, and this is going to be the hardest one of all because it's going to require you to remember that conversation you had with the dragon and his rider in as much detail as you can.
He nods.
And my question is this: at any time, even amongst the tragedy that was the death of your wife, and you have my condolences as well, my deepest condolences, was there anything about the rider himself that seemed at all familiar? His voice, his mannerisms, the way he addressed you, anything that would give you a hint that you might have known him from somewhere else, or that he was at all familiar to you?
So he kind of furrows his brow in concentration, and then he thinks, and then his eyes sort of widen, and he says, "He spoke in Elvish," as if this is the first time he's thought of that, and he says, He spoke in Elvish. And he says, he kind of shakes his head. He's like, I never thought of it before. But yes, he spoke in Elvish.
Fluently, or was there an accent?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. So,
Fluently, or was there an accent?
fluently. In fact, so fluently, it didn't even occur to me that it was a separate language. Of course, I am fluent in it as well,
Well,
naturally.
of course, it is your native tongue. And I thank you for that piece of information. It has more importance than you know.
And he sort of nods, although he looks kind of bemused at this information, like, you know.
And thank you for using bemused correctly.
And he sort of says, and he
Writer.
says,
Sorry.
yeah, good call. He says, I can only give you one other piece of advice, and that is, if I am correct, and there is this place that is damp, in the heart of the misty forest to the southeast, there are a large series of lakes and pools and brooks and streams. I don't know which one of them they are, but if he is that combination of things that I said, going to the southeast and being wet in his clothing, it is possible that he had to pass through that area, and perhaps that could have contributed to what it is that I saw. I can't give you much information about where specifically within the forest it would be. It is a good-sized forest, as you know. But if you were to head to the southeast, it is possible you would come across his track. I don't know if any of you are good trackers or have rangers among you, but this would be one option.
It would. but I have a better idea. Unfortunately, it's going to require your assistance one last time.
He nods.
When is your next meeting?
He has not contacted me for one. He said he would let me know. Last I heard was that, again, I met with him perhaps 2 days ago. Usually he has tried to meet me every 4 to 5 days, but he always notifies me ahead of time. A note somehow slipped under my door, an arrow shot from a distance into a tree trunk. Sometimes just a symbol left on a tree.
So if you had information to impart to him, you have no way of contacting him yourself.
No, he contacts me, not the other way around.
I'll put the little crimp in the plan.
Does the term "in the forest, the water knows"? Does that ring any bells? Is there any?
So he says, say that again. I'm sorry, Gromner.
In the forest, the water knows. Does that ring a bell? Is that some kind of specifically elvish religion related?
And he says, not that I'm aware of, but there's. He says he sort of thinks, hard about it, and he says, no, other than the elves' general connection to nature itself, but there is no specific thing. There are the sea elves, of course, but they live nowhere near here. They are hundreds of miles away.
Sea elves?
I just think he's in a lake somewhere in the forest. Some sort of, I don't know if it's underground, underwater or something, or it's in the swamp, which will be delightful, of course. I have vague memories. I wake up shivering from a tree bent over and crap like that. I don't know where it comes from. But he's close. He wouldn't fly. There's no point in flying all the way to the coast. What's the point? So.
Also, have they ever asked, do you know the location of King Melindrak's son?
And he says, no, King Melindrak's son has been lost for some time, if you mean the elder one.
I was hoping for both of them.
No, the other one, as far as I know, is off up to the north, dealing with other issues in the high forest and elsewhere. But as far as sometimes he would spend time with Melindrak's fortress itself. But as far as the other son, he's been lost for some time.
Intriguing.
Yeah, lost for some time. Let's just put that
Lost
in
for
quotes.
some time. On a dragon?
How long does it take from
I didn't say that out loud, Arv. Don't
Right, yeah, right. I assumed.
How long does it take from here to get to the fortress, Melindrak's fortress?
Well, if you were to go directly to the south, it would probably take you, it would be some days' travel, I would think. He is right at the very southern tip of the Misty Forest. So if you were to go through the forest itself, probably 4 days' travel at least.
I'm thinking it might be a good idea to evacuate this town. It's just too dangerous right now for them.
And he
Evacuate.
says, "Where would we go?" But he says, "Where would we go?"
To the fortress. It's the only strong position. Either that, or you just leave it entirely and go somewhere just on the outside, on the main road.
He smiles bitterly and he says, "Do you think, my friend, it did not cross my mind that we should leave this place? Would you have my people exposed in the open to straggle their way up to Waterdeep, traveling over the open roads, half of them injured, hobbled, many of them women and children? Would you ask us to be exposed into the open for any dragon to finish off what they started? And as for the other way, if we were to travel through the forest, perhaps some of us might survive, but we would also run directly into those who would attack us. The rider and his dragon seem to understand exactly where we are. If I were to move the village, the strike would be swift and final."
So are there any secret places in the forest that only your people know that you can hide in? Because
Not many.
You can't stay here. It's too dangerous.
He nods and he says, "I am aware of the danger that this place poses, but I have thought of no places that were secret enough to conceal us. Altand itself was not a village that was exposed to the open. It was a village which was supposed to be safe. Without that, how can any place be considered safe from here?
Arv, I quickly want to turn to Cade because I
Okay.
wanted to clarify something with him. Who's the guy who we keep talking to? Is the Harpers? What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Leosin.
Leosin.
Leosin. Yeah, that guy. I'm really good at this game. Sorry.
A natural, buddy, a natural.
Exactly. I'm all over it. Don't you think that perhaps moving these people would be something that Leosin and the Harpers would be able to help us with? They have means of moving people or I don't know to this size, but these people are potential allies in this fight.
Well, I know. Here, look. I was first. I was against it for staying here, but then I was like, wait, because I think if they leave, they would alert the dragon that something's up. But actually, leaving the village makes sense. Why can't they just go to Secomber? It's only a couple days away, and Waterdeep is way too far away. But Secomber's within distance here. I mean, if you look at the map, it's just to the north, across the river.
I'm only considering anything that we can offer them to help
The problem is
safer.
we can't speak for the Harpers, and look, dude, we're stretched across the continent as it is. We can't be all coming here to help. I hate to say it because it sounds like a jerk, but we can't help these people that way. The Harpers, our mission is much more important than what we're doing elsewhere. So, if you have a way, what the heck happened here? I just got 4 messages.
They found you.
About default microphone changing to Logitech. Anyways, all right, sorry.
I told you, it's always Logitech. It's always Logitech.
It's always Logitech. Yep.
So look, if you want to ask him, but I bet he's going to say, "I have no resources that can help with the situation." But Arv, how big?
Right.
Arv, how big is Secomber?
Secomber is a decent sized city. It's not city. I wouldn't say city. A town. Let's call it a town.
Right?
It's probably a little smaller than Daggerford, which is also nearby. The real concern, though, is that even if you're traveling to Secomber, if what he's saying is true, they're going to be exposed, and there's also a river to cross to get over to Secomber, unless they take the tradeway, which means they'd have to go west and then go north out of there. So the concern is being exposed in the open with about, a couple hundred villagers, many of whom infirm, injured, and so forth.
All right, guys, and this was Grom. You were the one who was trying to get them to leave. Is that correct?
I'm just trying to think that.
No, look, dude, it's coming from a good place, but here's the point: you can't make them leave. Okay?
I know I can't make them.
And here's the thing: when we strike these guys, okay, who huddle? Bring them all away from Gareth or whatever his name is. I've already forgotten it.
Galen.
I say
Natural at this game, John. Natural.
You know it. Years of experience, Galen. Well, here's the thing: when we strike. I mean, yes, we promised them we're going to take them down. But the thing is, we really have to, because if any of them survive, this is the first place they're coming to finish off the village.
I know it.
But putting them on the road, especially if they're not going to go, we can't, like I said, we can't make them go. So if he doesn't want them to leave, they're not going to leave. So therefore, we have to get we got to get moving, find these guys, and take them out. That's the only way to make sure they're going to be safe. End of story. So I would love them to fortify. I'd love them to try to take up arms. That'd be great, but we don't have the time to train them or the time to move them. We have to get going and find these guys and take them out now. The problem is that's the difficulty.
Probably the best way is to some kind of strategy that's defensive. Just not much.
Scatter to the trees is my best guess. They're elves. That's what they do. No offense to anyone here, of course.
But the point is, Robin Hood.
You know how these elves are.
Yeah, these dang elves. Yes. Point is, they have a much better run and hide probably philosophy to scatter and avoid being caught. Hopefully, but look, we can't. It's not our job to help marshal the defense of the village. It's our job to go out, capture or kill this guy, and take out the dragon. Yeah. We need to focus on what we're supposed to be here for. I feel for these people. I really do. I feel for Galen. This is a terrible thing he's gone through. We got to stay focused on the mission. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Agreed.
Right, then perhaps.
Plus, we got to get the elf F-U-Nay back to fucking Inke to prove to him.
Does anybody know what language he started talking in? I don't remember this being one of the tongues of this world. Does anybody?
I don't know.
Can I cast a spell to understand this? Okay.
You know how halflings are.
That's those halflings, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, so he sort of says, if if you wish, I'm happy to provide you any provisions or anything that I can, although we have very little in the village, I'm afraid, in the way of healing or anything else. Much of it was either used up or destroyed in the attack, but anything I can do to help along your way I will do, except I would ask that you keep this quiet from the villagers. I don't want them to get their hopes up. We have so few as it is.
What are we supposed to tell them when we leave? I would expect they are expecting us to stay and assist with, I don't know, rebuilding or whatever. We haven't really told them why we're here.
I think I can explain that adequately enough. I will tell them that they have agreed to assist us in several ways involving, well, exploration and engagement. I don't have to specify what exactly that means. And perhaps that way, securing the perimeter, for example, they would certainly understand that.
Works for me.
Can you?
Hey, Sonny, you want to come over here and kill a dragon? Come on, come along with us. It'll be a good time. You'll learn how to. You'll grow up faster on the road with us than you ever will anywhere else. Let's go.
Know how to use a sling, right?
That's all you need.
It worked
Okay.
for David.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
Is there any way he can discreetly get a message to Melindrak's fortress?
He says that he's certainly willing to try. There are ways that are fairly secret, known to the elves, that allow them to communicate. But those communication protocols are especially dangerous at the moment, so anything that he sends would take several days in all likelihood to reach there, but he could certainly try, yeah.
What does he have in the way of healing anything?
I mean, basically, what he's got essentially is like... Yeah, I mean, basically what he's got is more or less like a few bits of provisions, food and things like that, which he would be happy to give you. But healing is very minimal. I mean, if anything, like they don't, what they have, they've been using essentially to try to keep their people going, which is one of the reasons that, Gesma and Gromnir had to kind of step in to save the injured elf that they had already, because they were kind of stretched beyond the limit. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was Fifely. I beg your pardon.
Is there anything he hasn't told them? I know I'm not doing this at role playing, but is there anything that he hasn't yet given to them that would give us any kind of advantage?
I'm not following. You mean, is there anything that he hasn't told you?
Anything is there anything that you have kept, that you have held back, that it would help us to know?
Oh, okay. He shakes his head. No, I have given you.
Well, shit.
I've given you everything that I can. I wish it were more.
No,
That's it. Pack up and go home. We're done here.
Not
You're
good enough.
nothing but a
Dale.
disappointment, you big son of a bitch. I didn't actually say that.
Look,
That's obvious.
guys, any supplies need to stay with the village. I'm a rogue, but holy crap, I've got my limits here, man. These guys need it more than we ever will. Okay? So what we got is what we got. And I say southeast it is, then, Galen, if you could take us to the meeting place, we could probably start from there.
And he says, I will do so, gladly.
Oh, wait, what time of day is it, Arv, by the time all this goes down?
So this is probably afternoon. You would say probably early afternoon, maybe. So.
Does anybody need a rest of any kind, or are we all good to go?
I don't think you guys have had anything, have you?
I assume that we used up a bunch of spells for healing.
Yeah, probably dark down on the healing, exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how many of the healing things that you actually used.
I didn't.
But that is possible.
I definitely used at least 3. So
I mean, one thing I will say is that if you were to wait for longer, hey, what's up, Panda Code? How you doing, man?
but I'm happy to travel, guys.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you guys tried to do a long rest, if you tried to do a long rest or something like that, that would put you probably in the middle of the evening, which might make travel a little bit more difficult. But the other issue is if you wait till tomorrow, obviously the longer you wait, the more. I mean, he seems to be anxious to take you right now. Like he wants, now that he's finally made this decision to tell you, he seems to be like,
he's going to take you right now.
Yeah, I will take you.
Well, if everyone else wants to go, the sooner we probably get moving, the probably the better.
We gotta go.
So, yeah. No, I think I'm actually topped up, so it's not a big deal. And nothing happened on the way here, so.
Okay, so he, assuming you guys want to do that, so he.
Want is a very particular word.
Yes,
in
I
that
know
sentence.
that's true. Yeah, feel the need.
Yes,
to,
I want to meet my death. Let's go.
feel the need to.
I want to be dragon food. Is
There's
good
that push, Jedi, that you mentioned earlier. That tug along.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
tug
come
along,
on,
exactly.
Come on.
So
No.
he leads you into the forest, and you guys travel for probably a good hour at least, I would say, in between trees and bushes, in a place where, frankly, even those of you more used to the natural world, like Fifely, for example, would have a hard time kind of navigating. Quite frankly, this is not easy. And finally, he pushes through some brush and a set of bushes and enters a clearing where it's a clearing that is not particularly large around, maybe a couple hundred feet, which is good size, but not like. But the thing that's notable to you is that there is clearly areas of a large area of flattened brush where obviously some large creature has landed on more than one occasion. There's some big thing which has sort of landed here, and Galen says, "This is the clearing where I met with the dragon and the rider the last 2 times. Each time when they left, the dragon took off almost straight up, and then flew off to the southeast." And he says, "I have never felt that I had the ability to follow them myself, but I do know," and he brings you over to the southeastern side, "that there is a path that curves and winds between the trees in this direction." And he kind of, sort of looks in as he kind of pulls aside the trees, you can see what looks like a small, rather narrow, but distinct from the rest of the forest around it path, which is kind of leading in that direction. And he says, "It is quite possible that this path will close off and lead you to nothing. It is possible that it will go only a few hundred feet and lead to a wall of trees. But this is the only way that I know, and it is in the same direction as the dragon."
Delightful.
Right.
All right, Galen, thank you very much for your help. Go back.
He nods.
Care for your people.
He nods and he says, "I am sorry for my bitterness and my suspicion. It is something that is difficult to expunge from your body when it has been taken in by you. I will consider ways to do better in the future. But please do what you can, if not for me, for my people, and for the memory of those we have lost." And
Make sure you talk to Lunia once you get back. I think that's probably.
He nods. He says,
She would like to speak to you.
"I will do so. I will indeed." And he lowers his head and he says, "May all the gods be with you." And then he lowers his head and he departs. And you guys have this path in front of you if you wish.
Well, Code Hand, I hope that's what happens. That would be great. Yes, or maybe a wish while we're at it.
Right, it could lead to a
perfect.
far spring.
Yes.
I'm sure that's.
Yes.
No, there's clearly.
With pixies and naiads dancing around and doody doody doo. Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's how that works.
I will give him a few minutes, make sure he's gone before whipping out the gray cloak, because I didn't want him to freak out when I got this baby out.
Okay. He comes back. One other thing. Oh, no, just kidding.
Oh my God!
One more.
Oh, he was coming right at me. I had to put him down.
Put out Pulpus cloak, so we should probably pop them on before we.
Now, one thing I should say about this path, by the way, is that it is narrow enough that probably you will need to go in single file, at least to begin with. So I'm curious about how you guys want to go.
Which means Stampy's going to have a problem. Glance at Talk there.
Right. So the question is how you guys want to go.
Who's been oddly quiet for the past hour.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it all in.
I'm sorry, somebody called me. I used the wrong one again.
It's the cathedral.
I'm sorry, did somebody say my name?
That's pretty good.
That's more like it. I like it.
Yes.
By the way, to those of you who have just joined the channel, I hope you were all enjoying day 15 of the Infinity Beyond crew playing the Rise of Tiamat. All of the guys are here with the exception of Screaming Joypad, who unfortunately his internet is not cooperating, so he is player not available this evening. But everybody else, Trendane and Saad and John and Don Cairo and Rob, of course, are here with us. And I am very glad to be back in the saddle with these guys with this campaign. So All right. So let me know how you guys are going to go.
For the record, I double as a wall.
Exactly.
Well, problem is, I'll bet my lessons have only got me to like pigeon draconic at the best.
Okay, do you think you can traverse up top, on top of the trees?
Hey, what?
Do you think you
Hey?
can traverse on top of the trees, on the tree line? Could you go across it?
I'm not that good, but if someone were to cast fly on me, that would probably help.
Don't be so hard on yourself, John.
I know. So I can't do it myself yet. But that would. I was actually what I was thinking about doing was scouting ahead in my cloak and disguised as a kobold. And if I did encounter someone, I at least would have the advantage of not necessarily surprise, but blending in, because big and clunky over there is going to make a ton of noise coming through this trail. So the element of surprise is going to be right out the window. But if I were like 50 yards ahead and like pretending to come back from a raiding mission or something, I would actually have a chance. Like I said, my only problem is me draconic not too goodly now, yea, he say. You know,
I'm sorry, I failed at sneaking school.
dude, you couldn't even find where it was. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not your
It's
thing.
really far down there somewhere.
It's not your thing. It's all good. You hit things very hard, and that can never be understated.
I might be able to assist you with your knowledge of languages, if that might be helpful to you.
Really? That would be extremely helpful.
Yes. I picked up an interesting ability along my travels, that would allow you to understand any language that you might hear. And if you think that this is the best time for you to use it, I'd be happy to assist.
Yeah, because I got the looks. I don't have the language, so I can make myself resemble one of them to a T, but I can't do the Misa go fight, dragon, evil kind of thing. If you could help me with that, we'd be in business.
Did you just Jar Jar Binks your way through that?
I love how every potential language is Jar Jar Binksed it up. I love it.
Did you really just?
Upon further review, I'm going to redact my offer. And
Misa, so sorry.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Does someone else want
Everyone
to go?
here is dumber.
Is dumber from having used it.
I am
award you
fairly
no point.
confident in my own abilities at stealth. Perhaps I will go.
Oh God. Misa, an abomination. All right, good times.
All right. Yeah. So we okay. So
give me a marching order.
Episode 1. Hold on. Episode 1. Atrocity aside. Are we doing this or what?
Yes.
If that's the plan that you all agree on, I'm okay with it.
Cool. All right. How long is this thing gonna last, by the way?
You have about an hour.
Okay, well that's good. That's about how long my disguise lasts. So we'll just top it off every.
How convenient!
Exactly. Oh, believe me, I keep track of this thing like to the minute.
It's like a high stakes dark man, you know, like he just loses everything at the same time.
Yeah.
What is a low stakes dark man?
I guess that's true. There is no low stakes dark man. I guess that's true.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna go watch some movie and eat some popcorn.
Oh God, that movie.
Dark man.
Darkly. Damn. All right. Yeah. Let's make it happen. So, disguise self. I'm now a kobold. Pull the cloak up. Hit me with the comprehend languages. I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken.
Tongues.
Tongues. That'll work too.
Sweet. Do you have any ideas? DeForest is kind of your brain.
Exactly, Jedi. Ah. This is going to be a thing tonight. To test it, I tell Gromnir, your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries in Draconic.
Elderberries.
That was terrible, Draconic, but that'll pass.
I'm a kobold. What do you expect? I certainly won't be speaking in a plummy Oxford accent like some goblin king I saw in a movie recently.
Oh God, please
Jesus.
cease, desist.
Oh,
I believe
so awful.
I believe Fifley was asked something, if I'm not mistaken.
Any tips or anything you've got up your sleeve that might help?
No.
That long-suffering sigh of his. Actually, Fifely, how small you can go? Like, you could be like a wren or a sparrow or a small bird, right?
Do you think we should have him up
Five. Did we
being
lose him?
scout?
No, you
Five.
didn't lose me. I said, mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Okay. Well, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone watching my back who can, and no offense to anyone else, who can keep up with me, and that might be a good form for you to take, both as reinforcement to surprise in case I get into a scrape, or at the very least, if I did get captured, you could go back and let the others know what happened to me. Plus, that's innocuous enough that no one's going to give you a second glance. Just a suggestion.
What time did you say it was?
So by the time he gets there, we're now looking at about 3 in the afternoon, roughly, like mid-afternoon.
Whoops.
The only difficulty with something like a wren or a sparrow is that while it is innocuous, it is also highly ineffective in, as you say, backing you up. I would be able to just immediately depart and run back and tell everyone, but...
Which means we're screwed!
Yeah. Well, if you have a different form that can move through the forest fairly easily and is unobtrusive, then hey, pick whatever works for you.
Well... Moose, no.
I said unobtrusive.
You would be surprised at how stealthy moose can be.
Although, to be fair,
I would be very surprised.
A
Very,
great
very-
moosey squirrel.
A great cloaked goblin riding a moose would be pretty damn impressive. Or kobold riding a moose would be pretty damn impressive. I don't know, a stoat, a boar. I pick something. Time's a wasting here.
One of my greater worries is actually that someone might have been watching the village.
Because that leader is obviously the most trustworthy person.
Well, okay. By the way, I should clarify my intent. The point was not for you to swoop down and back me up as a wren. It would be to swoop down as a bear and come at him, or do your great landing moose impression.
Hi, Cade.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask for your landing. You're changing into the flying moose impression, or more like the crashing moose impression you did on the dragon would be awesome right then, because as a distraction, unparalleled. Let me tell you.
Yes.
So you want to have a dropping bear.
That would work too.
Dire drop bear.
You turn yourself upside down right now, sir.
I did not expect you to come and peck them on the neck and shoulders. Okay.
The advantage with the dropping onto the dragon is that there was no forest canopy overhead.
I'm still dropping from 20 feet. Still going to be surprising. Come on, a moose doesn't drop on you every single day of the week. Is my point. It's going to be. It's more for a distraction than anything else.
That is a very fast moose, by the way.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing moose.
Especially running through the snow like that.
Ooh, damn.
And they are very stealthy. You will just turn around and it's moose, and you're like,
moose don't care.
Where the hell did you come from? All right. It will seem slightly out of place, but rather than a wren or a
stealth moose.
Do you hear my cousins singing? I think perhaps better than a wren or a ballistic moose.
Oh, I like that.
Think that, yeah.
It's my next band name.
I think that. Oh. I think perhaps I should reprise my role as an owl.
All right, then we're in business. Okay, that's actually a better idea.
The owl I've ever seen. That is true.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, Cade is going to be is going to have fly cast on him by Gesma.
Well, I don't know if we're doing fly. I'm actually disguising myself as a draconic-speaking kobold.
Oh, okay.
To scout ahead like a good, 50 paces or so
Okay.
to be ahead of the main party in case I do encounter some folk. I can then talk to them in Draconic
Gotcha.
thanks to the tongue spell.
Okay, gotcha. And
Backing me up. Yeah.
Is in the owl phase,
Right.
whereas and then Gromnir and Gesma, TikTok and Ryuvi are on the ground. Just quickly, just tell me who's like on the ground people besides Kate is in front. So Gromnir, Gesma, TikTok, Ryuvi, where are you guys
Way
like
in
order
front.
wise? Like how's the order wise?
All right, so I'd say
TikTok is going in front of me. No, actually, I'm gonna. TikTok should probably bring up the rear, I would think.
Okay, so you're in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got Grom
I'll take the front then.
Okay, and Gesma in between. Okay, sounds good. So, so you guys set off with Cade up front, and you guys have traveled probably. You as you're heading through, you probably go about another maybe an hour or so along this path, which sometimes gets narrower, sometimes gets wider. It is, for the most part, relatively easy to traverse and relatively quiet also, but does not have a lot of activity on either side of the trail until after about an hour after you actually got started. You hear, and the first ones who hear this, of course, are Kate up front, but frankly, everybody is able to hear quickly the crunch of what sounds like a large tree breaking or cracking. It's like this, and then a thump, and then you hear, ah! This clearly female voice
Drop
crying
bear.
out.
It's a drop bear.
Yeah.
It's definitely a drop bear.
Definitely a drop bear. You hear this female voice crying out. It is off to the western side of the path, so it's off to the left of the path. Actually, wait, no, that's wrong, because you're going south. So it would be off to the left. So it'd be off to the eastern side, I should say, of the path. And you can hear it sort of through the trees. And the voice calls out a couple more times. Ah, help me! Help! Sounds like a female voice, perhaps an older female voice.
Oh, well, she's going to bring everything within sight, so I guess we'll go check it out. I'm going to leave the trail. Like an
Guess
idiot.
we better kill her. Sorry, what?
Well, we had to do it. She jeopardized the mission. I'm going to check it out, Arv.
Okay.
Damn it, Cade, put the bow away.
What are the rest of you doing? Fifely, are you flying in that direction, and what are the rest of you doing on the path?
I'm branch to branch, staying above Cade.
Okay, so you're following Cade. So you're kind of shadowing Cade.
Yeah.
Grom,
I guess
Gesma,
I'll
TikTok,
sort
and
of-
Baby, what about you guys?
I'll sort of shadow Cade as well from the ground, but like keeping a bit of distance between him and me so that we're not...
Walk casual.
Yeah, walk casual.
Keep your
Yeah, fly
distance. Don't look
casual.
like you're keeping your distance. Yes.
Rest you doing the
Exactly.
As stealthy as possible.
Yeah, I got my
Person
crossbow out already. I'm
Okay.
kind of just eyes are patrolling.
Okay.
Hey, see Gromnir? He uses his crossbow.
All right.
Does I
you
get the
guys-
sense that anything
saying.
else besides the female screaming voice is going on around us? Is there anything else?
There's just the sound of, like, you can hear some of this actually in Roll20 right now. There's the sound of sort of typical sort of like, the sound of forest noises like birds calling in the distance, things like that. And in fact, is it still playing? Good. I want to make sure I was like, before I'm made into a liar, but no, it's still going. So you hear stuff like that, but nothing which seems particularly out of the ordinary. Obviously, you can hear your own footsteps. But this thing was noticeable because it was not just a little bit of a crack. It was a big crack, thump, followed by help type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you continue to, so probably not that far from the path, maybe about 5 minutes away, Cade. You go through and manage to push through into what looks like a clearing, a smaller clearing than the one where the dragon was. And you see the trees are all sort of around the outside of it, of course. And you see a woman who is dressed in a simple brown, what looks like a brown tunic, like a brown cloak, is lying on the ground. And her legs seem to be pinned under this large tree, which is lying across the clearing more or less on her. And you can see that she has white hair. The cloak's hood is thrown back. She has white hair, and her face looks to be weathered. And as she sees you, sort of enter the clearing, she turns her head and sees you, Cade, and says, please help me. I can't get out of it. My leg is broken.
I hadn't planned on entering the clearing, but since I'm there now, I guess we'll think. So this tree looked like what? It broke? She was cutting it down? How did this tree fall over?
Not clear. It seems to be more uprooted. Like you can actually see the roots kind of like, standing up from the bottom of the tree. So it looks more like it was
in a storm of some kind.
Right.
Pretty
big tree.
Yeah. Well, things just ain't adding up here, even in a world of magic. Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
And she sort of she's sort of like leaning forward, and she says, "I am but an old woman who lives." And she's like kind of like starts answering, and then is like, she can't.
The castle.
She's like, yeah. She's like, I cannot. She seems to be in incredible pain.
Well, look, I mean, I feel for you, but I'm not moving that thing, which is completely true. So my friend should be along shortly.
Completely true.
At which point,
At
which point, Fifely, of course, you're above, and you can sort of look down and confirm the tree does seem to be lying across, her legs. From the top-down view, you can see. And a moment later, Gromnir and Ryuvi and Gesma and TikTok, you guys emerge into the clearing to see Cade staring at this woman whose legs seem to be trapped underneath the tree.
How far away are we from any civilization at this point?
Civilization in general, you're probably a couple of hours at this point, at least from the village. So Altand, if you think of that as civilization, at least 2 hours.
Grouping of people living together.
That would be it. Yeah, 2 hours from there.
Or dogs and cats living together. That works
Can I do
too.
a perception check to see if there's anyone around?
Sure.
Perhaps I could be of assistance in moving this tree.
That was very TikTok-y.
Exactly. Yes. Indeed.
Practice.
Yes.
Years of practice, boys.
That's right.
See the muscles here. Okay, I'm sure I can be able to help you.
So
now.
give me that perception check if you got.
14.
14.
Okay.
So you don't really see anything in particular, like anything else moving other than just sort of general kind of forest noises and things like that. It does seem to you like, I mean, she's in more or less the middle of the clearing. The tree is clearly over her legs. You're not really sure where it was uprooted from, but clearly, it's on top of her. I mean, that seems obvious. There doesn't seem to be anyone else around that's obvious.
Arv?
Yeah.
As everyone clusters around and starts thinking about what to do and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and such and such and such, I step to the side and be out of the way and be all unobtrusive and the such, and I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And I'm focusing on her.
Thank you.
So you do that.
I see it through this ruse.
She does. So as you cast Detect
Well,
Magic,
she ain't no woodcutter, man.
she does register. There's definitely magic that is flowing from around her. Whether it's her or whether it's stuff around her is not clear. But there's definitely a good deal of magic in the area, like surrounding her.
All right. Wow.
But it does occur to you that there are, wizards can get trapped under trees too. I mean, as far as that goes.
Really clumsy ones, yes. It just seems odd to be out in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden, oh, I'm under a tree, oh my, pot of tea, and all that nonsense. So yeah, I'm on high alert here. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
We apologize to any British people in the chat.
See, again, Mike's not here. It's totally lost.
Cat's away. The mouse may play. Yeah.
That's right.
Mice, you say?
Dire mouse. Right.
So can I go up and check if the injury is real?
The injury or like the being trapped? You can certainly try.
Yes,
to do it.
her leg is gone.
Like, is she really trapped under there?
That's going to have to come off.
Yes, you bloody twit! I really lost my leg under here.
Okay.
You bastard.
So you go over. You can't get access to the leg unless you move the tree, but the tree does seem to be on top of her legs for sure, and you can see her face is contorted in pain.
Acting.
Why don't you give me a sword? I'll fucking cut your knee off and I'll make you shorter than you already are.
So just because it'll help her so much to add more weight to the tree, reach down and land on one of the branches where I can see her a little bit closer.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh no. So you do that, and she kind of looks up at you. She looks up at you, still face contorted in pain.
Oh my god, we are such
And I'll
assholes.
Turn my head upside down.
Rotate your
Wow.
Does someone have a tensors or some way to get this thing off her? Because a lot of
TikTok.
ideas.
I'm really glad we don't have to do anything important like save the world or anything.
I
It's
know,
really,
stranger.
it's really
danger.
good that we're.
TikTok, can you pick up the tree or just lift it a little bit?
I can certainly try.
So,
Do I have a spell that'll help me with that, or am I just strong enough?
No, you can begin to do that. You can make an athletics check too. Others will probably need to assist you despite your strength. This is a tree. So you will probably need some other assistance besides
What?
just
He can't just flip that off without? Come on, man.
I think it
My
would
grip and
be
start flapping.
more likely to succeed
Right, yeah.
if a lot of you were able to assist me in this endeavor. I will try to do it by myself, but a little help would speed things up a bit.
Well, Grom, get in there.
Yeah, well,
Hey, I'm watching the perimeter.
I think somebody doesn't want to hide their pretty little hands.
Reevy, can you just
So what
pull
is
her
it?
out?
What is his athletics? What is his thing?
It's TikTok's athletics with advantage. Would it be? Is that,
not advantage. No.
if we're assisting.
No. What it will do is actually add a plus. Like if he's doing it, basically what it'll do is each of you who assist will be able to add a +1 to this endeavor. So
Okay.
the more of you,
So-
leaving aside Fifely, who, with all respect, as an owl, is not going to be doing much. But
Told
Cade,
you,
We need
Griffin
one
thing
person.
yeah,
really.
flop, 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 flop. Yeah,
Those
Cade,
wings.
Gesma, and Ryubi can
Gesma's
all
not
add
helping.
+1.
I'm not
Sod,
helping.
Sod, do you want to do his roll, or do you want me?
Yeah, I can
me
do
to
the rolls for
All right, so I'll do my roll then, because I'll
Um,
help. There's no
Yeah,
reason
Gesma,
not
do
to.
you want to pull her out while we lift up the log?
I don't really want to be anywhere near her. I don't believe that. I'm curious as why the hell there's a random woman 2 hours away, old, and not here where we're supposed to be running into dragons.
Man, you
Well,
can have
clearly,
to-
she's a witch. I mean, come on, guys.
And
We all know
Cade,
this witch, right?
Cade, you have not.
I remember
made your
this quest
knowledge-
line from Dragon Age Origins. So
Cade,
Saw me-
you have
you saw
not.
me Do something and get a weird look on my face, but I haven't said anything.
You haven't
yet.
said
That's
anything
correct.
to anybody.
Right,
Okay.
Right.
I'm on my heels. I'm clenched right now, expecting the worst to happen. So I'm
Okay.
not. I don't want to do. I want to stay with my crossbow.
Do you have the
Actually,
crossbow pointed?
I don't want to aim it at her.
I was going to
but
ask that.
That's
okay.
what I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking in my head. Is
But it might be near her. It might-
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't-
know, I
I'm not-
actually have to say,
don't
I'm
wanna go
not
anywhere
really
near it.
feeling this tree thing anyway, and that lifting heavy objects is not really my area of expertise. I'm going to stand here ready with firebolt in case anything is going to go.
Okay,
out
so
Why are-
just for
No
the
offense
record,
to you,
who
madam.
is assisting, if anybody?
Gromnir.
Just me. Grumman.
Okay. Cade is not?
Nope, not yet.
She should be able to.
Me neither.
We'll
Okay.
get her to kind of wiggle her way out if she can, even with the broken leg.
Just tear the stump off. It'll be fine.
So, okay, so TikTok and Cade, TikTok and Gromnir.
Grom.
Go ahead, TikTok, and make your roll. Did you already make it? Or you didn't make
Yeah,
it
that's TikTok's roll. Oh, sorry, I should have done that. That was 16 was TikTok's. Do you want to do my roll? as
Wait a
well?
second. I'm trying to see why I don't have your...
It's because I wasn't.
because I don't have the window captured right. That would explain it.
Well, there's your problem.
Of course not.
There's your issue.
And that's my roll.
Of course it is.
And
Of
now
course it
Gromnir
is,
is stuck
Sod.
under the tree.
Pretty
He did a
much.
front flip over the branch.
You
and
have to
landed
move
underneath
a
it somehow.
just to get her to.
Okay. All right. Well, so
I can
but
put
these
my
six.
hammer underneath, to help.
Right.
Ooh,
Right.
hand, I like that idea.
It takes all your effort to lift the tree, knowing that you are putting yourself at risk as it shifts. If it shifts against you, you're going to be in trouble there. Then, even as you are close to freeing the woman, the tree begins to rise on its own. Two other trees
Great.
standing nearby shift back along the ground and you can now see as she gets higher that it is an elf, stands
Oh,
and
that-
smiles, showing no sign of injury. And she says, "Some heroes at last," she says, and looks meaningfully at Gromnir and at TikTok, and pointedly ignores the rest of you. And she says, How many might fall back in fear at the sight of a stranger in the woods, or think first of their own safety before helping another? And her eyes kind
This
of
guy.
flicker to, Cade and Gesma and Ryuvi. She says, I grant you my blessing for their sake. May our hearts prove true where others fear to tread. And the woman picks flowers from her hair that you swear were not there a moment ago, and then twists her fingers to weave them into garlands as if by magic. And stepping forward, she lays, assuming you will allow it, a garland around the neck of Gromnir and around the neck of TikTok. And then suddenly, she transforms into an owl. Incidentally, a larger owl than yours, Fifely. And flies off into the forest. And the awakened trees stomp after her into the forest.
And I point my head towards the sky and I say, what, moral support is no good?
I
was right here the whole time.
Hey, lady,
I'm
you
just
see
saying,
what
like,
I've seen.
Confused face possible, just like.
10% cuter.
Yeah, TikTok is now 10% cuter. I like that everyone was just like, run,
Okay.
run! Oh, don't run. Well, all right, fine. Our suspicion is not necessary this time. So,
Do we know what
I've
actually?
always thought flowers look good on me.
Look, strange bints lying around in clearings with trees falling on. There's no such system of government.
supreme executive power derives from a mandate of the trees. Okay,
Yes, exactly.
so, Grom, what were you saying?
Do we know exactly what the boon is or whatever she did to us?
You have no idea,
Okay.
but you do know that she tied these garlands and then placed them around pointedly your neck and TikTok's neck.
And I assume we also don't know that she actually gave you any kind of a boon whatsoever. She could have cursed you.
Exactly. Do I
True.
feel different or anything like that?
You feel prettier.
10% pretty.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
You feel ready for a magazine. Floral.
I just give the thumbs up to TikTok. Good.
TikTok is impressed.
Do I know anything of the existence of these walking trees?
Make a nature check for me, please, if you have it, and if not,
The
nature will
going to war.
be wisdom. I believe nature is wisdom. So wisdom check.
I believe
if
it
you
is.
don't have
And
nature.
by the way,
No,
I
it's
still ain't
intelligence.
buying it because no freaking druid would have trapped under a tree. I know
Wait,
she
what
wasn't
do you
really-
mean? What do you mean if I don't have it? Doesn't everyone have nature?
No.
You
No.
mean like ticked?
I think
Correct.
you mean proficient.
If you're not proficient,
Yeah,
in
if
it,
you're
in
not
other words.
proficient.
I
Right,
see. I
right.
see. Okay. So wisdom, you said?
Intelligence. Nature.
It's intelligence. Sorry, not wisdom.
I
Okay.
think it would be wisdom. Huh.
You would think.
Oh, that's a
could be
save.
wrong.
I'm sorry. Is that the wrong thing? Should I just? I don't
Uh,
know.
Shouldn't
No,
be-
you rolled the 20, but it's a terrible
Yeah,
one.
it wouldn't be.
that's
It
all.
wouldn't be a save. It would definitely. be
Yeah, I
intelligence.
pressed the wrong thing. Sorry. Intelligence. There we go. There we go. Much better.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
I mean,
technically,
you've heard Gesma of trees. Like, you know of trees. They are tall, often have bark.
I think that might be
and
one.
leaves.
Some trees are famous.
Sometimes they fall over.
Sometimes they
Okay,
fall
I
over.
get
You're
it,
not
I get
familiar.
it.
You know they have roots. You're not really
Wait, guess-
familiar with
guess
them
what?
moving around so much.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. Never seen a walking one. I know that. So
So I'm gonna turn to everyone, and they're gone at this point.
Yes.
What just happened?
I don't know.
About
I don't-
that.
So, the tree that was on her also got up and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I suppose I should probably let go of it and fly back.
Well, I assumed you did that when it was moving you up to the side, because like you were on a branch, so you would have been like, woo, woo, So I assumed you kind of were
Hey,
like,
it could be
"Wah."
a fun ride,
That's true.
if-
the-
I'm going to assume that if we were led
Whoops.
by
Sorry.
if we were led by Jared or Gareth or what's his name?
Went to
again? Galen.
Jared? What?
If we
Galen.
were led by Galen, and he instructed us that this is a frequent place, and from what we saw earlier, how far away are we from that clearing? You said that you
About
said
an hour.
That,
About
no,
an
no,
hour
not,
away from the
not. Wait, an hour from where we saw the dragon go up and down, or not saw the dragon? but
Correct.
The air. Yeah.
Correct.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
So if there's okay, well,
Hey, Fender.
She had no evil intent or anything like that. That's what you're saying.
That
We don't know that.
That
We don't know anything.
of, exactly.
We don't know anything.
I don't feel different. So
Yet.
Right now.
If we're seeking out,
Puppies.
if we're seeking out,
Puppies.
if we're seeking out a group of, of these, the cult of the dragon, I think it's safe to assume that anything that's around us could be used by them for gaining intel of any sort.
I feel
How
like this was not them. This was someone else.
Then that
We don't
leads
know-
me to
we-
believe we're going the
we-
wrong way.
Okay. No.
This
Slow down, guys. But here's the thing.
magic
First of all,
thing.
both of you, if it's the Garland of Strangulation, then Tic Tac's probably fine, but you're screwed. Secondly, here's the
Wait,
big
what?
thing. If it's a Garland of Strangulation,
Oh,
he's fine, but Grom, you're probably screwed. But here's the bigger thing. If this was some sort of elven, druid, dryad, something, and if she's supposed to be protecting the forest, why isn't she doing jack about the
exactly.
brigands are running around here? Eh? That's my question.
Maybe she doesn't. It's not her problem.
Oh, but she could hang around waiting for parties to come along and see if they're going to lift the tree off of her.
Yeah, I find it
that's
hard
how
to
she spends
believe.
her time.
Why don't you go chase her and ask her?
I have no time to do that because I'm here
Exactly.
fighting the dragon that's in the forest, not going around waiting for passersby to lift trees off of me that turn out to be ents.
You know that that shriek that owls do in the middle of the night that scares the living shit out of you?
I'm sure you're doing one right now.
That's exactly what Firefly does right now.
And without missing a beat, on that note, let's keep moving.
Okay. Now, are you guys? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gizmo. Sorry.
I just wanted to ask everybody: does anybody here have the ability to detect if there's any kind of, or what these necklaces that are around our comrades' necks actually do? I'm incapable of doing so myself. I've never seen anything like that before.
You currently have a detect magic on you. Do you see anything different on me?
Well, actually, it's probably still going since it's up to 10 minutes. Arv, do I see anything on him that's?
There's no question that both of the garlands are magical. Yeah.
Yep, you're cursed. You're both screwed. No, I'm just kidding. I can't tell that, but they are magical.
Yep, you're dead. No,
Thanks for playing.
they're both they're clearly both magical.
They're magic of some kind.
I have faith that she was telling the truth.
So, well then, hey, next time you go into
see
battle,
one.
dance around in a circle and see what happens.
Well, next time I need a loan, Gromner, I know who I need to go to.
Boom, he gets it. He gets
Sure,
it.
I'll give
This
you,
guy gets it.
I'm empty. Sorry.
Always scare the muggles. They're cursed anyway. Okay, now the question is, are you guys returning to the path that you were on? Remember, you had to leave the path.
Yes.
You're about 5 minutes away from the path, basically.
No, going back
Sorry,
to the path.
was
I'm
just
not wandering around the
checking
woods.
That's fine. You practice.
Not knowing where I'm going, not a chance.
Okay.
It's back to the path.
So, all right, you guys are able to return to the path
Whoa,
without
what the
too much
fuck?
difficulty, and proceed along. And it's
That was a good roll.
probably another hour
Yeah, it
or
was.
so. So now we're closing in on about 4:35-ish, something like that. As you get closer, the sun is beginning to set. Although, of course, it was not a lot of sun. The forest here sometimes is more dense than in other spots, but there is fog and mist, which continues to make it
There's
difficult to
that
sort of see
misty
above
forest.
you. And
I was
as you
lying for a
continue
moment.
farther, you notice that it's getting darker, indicating that the bright sun can kind of pierce the mist and make it possible for you to see fairly easily. But as the sun is clearly beginning to set, the light is beginning to drop. And as you're going down, you begin to, as you're moving along the path, you begin to notice some things hanging around you. Cade, make a perception check for me, please. And Fifely, too, actually.
Indeed. Let's see. There we go. All right. Lamb. 12.
Okay.
As an owl, I have a +5
Mhm.
in my perception, so it'll be a 2.
Nice.
Okay.
But 7.
2 2s.
Okay.
Yep.
You do not see it.
Wait,
Fifely.
how long has it been since
It's
I
been
sh-
another hour since. So I think you took the form. It's been about 2 hours that you've had this form.
All right, so I'm about halfway through then. Okay.
Okay. You do not notice it. However, Cade, you do. you're beginning to notice there's the mist, which is becoming more and more sort of present as you go. But you also begin to notice what looks like thin strands of some kind of thread that are hanging nearly invisible in the misty air. And you're beginning to see more of that as you continue. In fact, your hand even brushes it a couple of times. What feels like this sort of thick thread hanging from the trees as you go. And again, it's almost invisible within the mist itself.
Don't like that. I think it's time to gather the group together.
Okay.
I'll wait for them to catch up to me.
Okay.
What happened? What's going on?
Looking up. Well, there's a lot of thread around, and I wave my hand with the thread dangling off of it, like this kind of thread.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, 8-legged spider thread, that kind of thing. So I figure either we're gonna camp. It is getting close to dark, and we need time to set up camp, or we're gonna push on, which might not be the best idea in the dark.
Or we've got 2 pieces of spider bait around our companions' necks.
I didn't know spiders ate flowers.
And they don't have senses of smell, so.
Moose thread. Moose thread. Clearly moose thread.
That would be a lot thicker. So I'm voting for camping here tonight and setting off in the morning, or what passes for it in this area.
Probably find some way off the trail at least, in case any cultists come along it.
Indeed.
Promise.
It's always spiders. Arv, let's try casting around for some sort of secluded
Can you see anything from
spot. Yeah, that too. Yeah, send the druid out. He can do it.
Okay. And so wait. So Fifely is being sent out to find something?
Well, just in the general area to find like a clearing or somewhere we can hole up. Yeah.
Okay. Fifely, are you sort of taking the flying up above the trees in the light to be able to look down, or kind of flying among the branches type of thing?
How thick is the canopy?
The canopy is not that thick. The reason that the light is sort of darkening is because of the thickness of the mist more than the forest canopy itself. Although it's thicker in some spots and thinner in others.
Yeah, and watch out for the spider webs.
Yeah, is the mist generally close to the ground, or is it everywhere?
One of the unusual things about this forest is that the mist clings higher on the trees as well. It's not just on the ground.
Arv, in terms of gameplay, does that count as partial cover?
It also counts as difficulty in being able to get line of sight, but yes.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. Yeah, I figured as much. This is going to be tricky, to say the least.
All right, I will zip up above the canopy.
Okay.
And we never saw Fifely again.
And do a broad.
You hear the sound of an owl cry abruptly cut off.
Yeah.
Then an eerie silence.
And the sound of bird bones being crunched.
That's not good.
I didn't transform back. But basically circling over the canopy to see if there's a spot where the canopy is especially thin.
Okay.
To, like, indicate some sort of a general clearing.
Okay. So as you sort of take off, Fifely, you get up above the canopy, and then you begin to make these sort of wider circles. But very close to your companions, probably no more than a quarter of a mile away, you would guess, perhaps less. You hear the sound of rushing water. And as you look down below you, you actually see a space where the canopy is so thin that there really isn't any tree cover. And there is what looks like a large pool with a waterfall on one side of it. Again, about a quarter of a mile away from your companions. You wouldn't have been able to hear it within there. Also, you can see, although not very easily, that there is a lot of what looks like, around the edges of the clearing where the pool is, a thick, and it's not clear if it's mist or thread/webbing or whatever, but there's something down there around the outside of it. But definitely the pool and the water is sort of notable to you. The rest of it is kind of, there might be some other spots where it might be thinner, where you could maybe find some land area, but it's sort of the first thing you notice is you're like, wow, rushing water and all that stuff nearby.
Right, then I will return to the group.
Okay.
And as much as I kind of don't want to do this, I will revert back to my human druid form.
Okay.
And relate what I have seen. It's over there.
Oh,
Rushing water, a waterfall. Somebody
lots
mentioned-
of water.
Yes.
Well, I'm thirsty, so
Well, I'm sure that if you can get
We're
through
gonna have to
this.
check every body of water in this forest anyway. So
Mhm.
might as well
You,
start here.
so we're heading for the water, right? That's the plan.
Uh,
Unless you have
we
anything.
were told that the guy came out wet.
Yeah, I'm
so
thinking
we're
a
probably moving in the right
cave's going to be
direction.
dark whether we go in at night or in the daytime. So let's get on with it. Basically, is kind of my point of view.
We're chasing dragons. I mean, we're walking up Schitt's Creek any which way we cut it. So we're good.
Creek?
To go.
No, it's a river, my friend. A veritable river.
Shit's River.
Yep.
So we're going to a pond right now, so it's a shit's pond.
Shit's Pond.
Well, it's got a waterfall, so that means water's
Pond with
flowing
a
through it
waterfall.
somewhere. So
How many times can we talk about poop and water in the same sentence? All right, so you guys, you guys head off.
Give us time.
Down there.
yeah.
As you guys advance, you notice that the threads, which Cade had first sort of pointed out and which Fifely saw from above, are becoming thicker. And after a time, none of you need perception checks, excuse me, to be able to see that there are things that you're beginning to see, objects that are stuck in these threads, small little birds. At one point you see a squirrel that seems to be, well, it's not clear whether it's certainly not living anymore, which is sort of stuck in this webbing. And as you go, the webbing, which clearly is what you can now tell that it is, gets denser and denser and cuts across the path. So as you're going, it becomes harder to move through it. Also, the webs are very moist. So it's not like dry web that, it's like you're having to like stretch and pull through it and like, push your way, sort of cut through it as you continue to go. And you do eventually hear the sound of water off in the distance, very faint, but it does sound like rushing water. And you can hear that water, but at the same time, the web is becoming very difficult to sort of, pull your way through just like using your hands, basically.
Yeah. Should we keep going? Or
My
should
plea is because it's getting pretty dark, right? Especially down in the.
Yes.
Okay, so Fifely is now behind TikTok with his hand on TikTok's back.
Okay.
Because he can't really see in the dark.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are like, kind of pushing through. Okay. Eventually the web becomes thick enough that you guys will need to either cut or burn through it because it's not going to be, you're not able to sort of push through effectively. Although it does look like it could be cut or burned, theoretically.
A torch would do two things: light and web clearing.
I'd probably just use my hammer while we just go through it.
You're gonna smash the web? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it should be able to crush
Please.
it away with a hammer.
How about we just cut the thing? No, actually, just cut it. Just stop. Just stop. You're gonna get it all gunked up.
Don't have a blade.
Yeah, luckily I do, and I'm still out in front, so just hang on. Although, big guy, your glaive actually is going to be as useful for clearing a space. 'Cause I'm only going to clear a halfling-sized space, so. And I don't. Okay, here's the deal. I don't want to blow both my second-level spells on giving Fifely and myself both dark vision, because I don't know. I have. Well, the problem is light attracts as well as gives us the ability to see. So. Sorry, buddy. You're just stay close to TikTok for right now. I am casting dark vision on myself.
Okay.
But that's all for right now.
Okay.
Oh, hang on a second. Let me see something real quick. I gotta check and see if I can. Oh, I don't have access to third level spells anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that it's probably giant spiders, so I'm just going to keep an eye out for them.
Oh, it can't climb. Never mind.
Okay. And is there somebody who's using a blade or something like that?
Yes, I am. So short sword is out. Dagger in the other hand, and yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
the
just
web
to be clear,
bleeds every time.
and just to be clear on the direction, so Cade is in front. Then it goes Gromnir, then Gesma, Ryuvi, TikTok with Fifely bringing up the rear with his hand on his back. Did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And someone tell those damn wolves to shut up.
As you right, I was going to say, as you guys are going, as you guys are moving your way along, Fifely, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, good. This will probably go well.
We've all been rolling terribly so far, so let's keep it going.
Yes, exactly.
Hey.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Tap
Fifely,
on your
you are
shoulder.
walking along with your hand on TikTok's back, and suddenly you something drops around your neck, and you hear it go and pulls up. So you're walking along, and suddenly, and there is some kind of thick, viscous thread which is around your neck. So what I'm going to need you to do, let's see whether or not we're actually going to do here. Right, there we have that. Lovely.
Moose thread? What?
I knew it.
Okay, let's see.
Those.
Okay. So it pulls around your neck, but it slips off. So it sort of dangles in front and like, and then and slides off. And you hear this chittering in the darkness. As that is simultaneously happening, Cade, in the front, as you're sort of slicing your way through, you also have this something drop around your neck and then slips off your neck. And then again, this sort of angry chittering. So now what I need everybody to do is to make perception checks for me, please. Except for Fifely, who's already made his, but everyone else, including Cade, needs to make one.
That's a 29.
Alright, so I got 10, and I'll do TikTok.
I got 10.
TikTok got a 22.
Okay. So we have, let's see, Cade. Okay, Cade, Gesma, and Gromnir. All of you hear this chittering sound that I just mentioned. And those of you, especially Cade, who had this thing sort of slip off his neck, you guys can feel, you sort of like look directly above you, which is where it feels like it came from. And you see what looks like just a pair of eyes in the darkness, but a pair of many eyes staring down at you and then vanishing, and this sort of loud chittering. And a second later, you see threads shooting over the path from all directions, like webs flying everywhere from all directions. And I will need everybody to make initiative, an initiative roll. And
This guy sent us to
Make sure
die.
you put turn tracker up.
now, I'm going to do that. Everybody who was successfully perceived what I just told you, you guys can actually essentially get advantage on this initiative roll. I'll let you roll it twice. Everybody else does not have that advantage. Okay?
So
I have
everyone basically got 15 and above. Yeah.
I have an inspiration that I haven't used. I'm going to use it on this.
Okay. You can certainly do that.
Actually, no. I'm going to hold on to it. I might need it during the fight. It's just the initiation roll. Anyway.
I can't get better than my first roll, so I think I'll stick with that.
Let's get some battle music going. My boy Enrique.
I'm going last.
TikTok got a
I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back.
14 as well. Hey.
Okay.
Where's Gromnir? All the way
right.
down at 14. Great.
Fifely, I don't see you in the list there.
It's an 11.
Oh, it's an 11. Okay. There we go. All right.
Remind me,
Oh, wait,
Sonda,
TikTok got advantage. So
while we're doing this, remind me how I do my rollable doohickey thing.
Oh, okay.
You should be keeping that 14, buddy.
Yep. TikTok. is keeping that 14. I think that's
Okay. Gromnir, what's your dexterity?
mine's lower than TikTok's, so you can put me at
Okay.
-1.
Gromnir, how do I do my rollable icon thingy?
Of the token,
Yes, thank you. That.
you drag it out first. So you go to collection and you hit the token button. It should place the token on the field. And then you can right click it and
Okay, there we go. Chat, let me know if the music is loud enough. Can you guys hear it? Is it too loud? Let me know if it's too loud. Yeah, no, Sheila, did we change the Lord of the Rings again? No. No, you did not. So let me know if it's too loud, guys, or if it's okay. Chat.
can you move that token I just put on?
No.
Oh, I'm trying. I have to wait for Art to do his thing. Oh wait, there's a token down to the right. If you go down to where
Yeah, I see it.
score noodle, is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Should be able to change it and all that.
Is moose and nut squirrel?
Shoot. Not what I meant to do. What the hell was that? Oh shit.
Okay. Ryuvi, what is your dex?
Crap. Hang on.
Specifically.
Double crap. Plus
All right.
1.
Okay.
We call it poop.
No, well, what's the raw score, though?
Yeah, 13.
Okay. There we go. Alright. And...
Why are you asking so many questions, Arv? I don't like where this
No
is going.
reason.
Oh, sure.
Just curious. Okay.
This involves dragon breath. I'm leaving.
No, just spider farts. That's all.
Even better.
Yes.
We're not.
Because
Which
we might be
direction
able
is
to
the farts
survive
coming
those.
from?
Yeah, we might be able to survive those.
It farts from its eyeballs. It's got eye farts.
Yeah. Stinky eye farts.
Apple's revolutionary new product, eye farts, coming this fall.
Okay. All right. Cade, you are up first.
Yeah.
What are we attacking?
I got no target. But the problem is I don't have a target other than sound.
Stay on
which really
target.
Sucks.
Stay on target.
So how? At this point, it's what, like dusk? So it's like nearly dark in the forest. Is that correct, Arv?
It is pretty dark in the forest, mostly because of the mist, yes. It is not easy to see. Part of the reason you saw those eyes is because they were sort of glittering.
Glittery, glowy.
yes.
Well, can I see eyes anywhere around us now?
Let's
What's
see.
up, rock god?
Go ahead and make another perception check for me.
I would love to, sir. And I get a 22.
Yes, you can in fact see eyes in several places from the trees above you.
Well, then I shall be putting an arrow into, hopefully between those clusters of eyes.
What's up,
I think
Rockad?
would be good.
Okay.
So, what kind of disadvantage or whatever am I at right now?
Right. So you can definitely do that. Let me see.
I mean, they can't be that far away. I don't think they can crap thread from like 100 yards. So, you know.
Right. No, they don't. They look to be relatively close.
What are you, some kind of scientist?
At the moment, you're going to be doing this at disadvantage when you attack them.
I figured.
Yes.
But I'm willing to take that chance.
Yes.
Because
And you can compensate for that with inspiration and advantage if you happen to have it. And by the way, chat, if you have not already done so, let me remind you all that you can inspire the party with the use of inspiration. Some of you already have inspiration. So you can do inspiration -who, and this will show you who is listed as having the possibility of inspiring. If you were on this list, or if you would like to join up and be able to inspire, you can support the Patreon at a certain level, which allow you to give these people inspiration if they don't have it already. All right, with all that said...
Hold on. May I remind people this is the last day of the month and they don't roll over, so burn them while you got them.
That's true. Very true.
Does that mean mine's gone because it's technically the first day of the month?
Exactly.
Sorry, Sod.
But you have the advantage of having to face these creatures in real life in Australia, so you know that works.
Though they're a lot smaller because the smaller ones are actually the most deadly.
Oh, great! That's lovely. Yeah.
Of course, yes, exactly. Oh, that was damage. Hold on.
Look up the redback spider if you don't want to get scared.
I don't want to look up any more damage, any more dangerous
17
things.
and 17 for both. So do I hit or do I not hit?
Let's see. 17. As I look at completely the
I
wrong
wish I
thing.
had a +9 to hit. You know, I just wish.
Yeah, I wish I
17
could
will
heal
hit.
people. Okay, I wish I could heal people. So
Oh wait, did you do this at disadvantage, Sean?
I rolled the exact same roll both times.
Both times. Okay.
Yep.
Don Cairo is inspiring Don Cairo. A well-used example of inspiration. You have inspiration,
sounds
sir.
like cheating to me.
Actually, it sounds like Don playing in character.
To win.
Yeah, exactly. Don's playing character. So that is a hit, John. Yes.
All right. 6 points.
Okay. It strikes and you hear a stunk, and then a yeah, exactly. You hear it chittering in the there in the.
Oh, that
distance.
comes from your little bastards.
I would like to mention I'm paying specific attention to where Kate is attacking right now.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm also telling you guys to light it up. Whoever's got flame, light it up.
Okay.
Oh, you bet your ass I'll be doing that.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now some of the bad guys go descending on webs,
I
more
know,
or less
that's
like repelling into the clearing or into the area right around you. You see no less than 7 giant spiders descending like right on top, essentially, and trying to attack. So, first of all, a couple of them are going to attempt to attack you, Cade.
Of course.
The one that you attacked does not seem particularly pleased at what is it just happened.
Hey, that's my arrow sticking out of you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Come get some.
Okay. So... Let's see, hold on a second. Right, okay, good. That's what I thought, just making sure. Okay, that one critically misses. Apparently your injury definitely did not help
Scared
it
him.
out. Yes. Second one is a 17 to hit.
No, just misses. Skitters off my armor.
Okay. All right. Now, that was 2, and then there are 5 more. 1 for each of you, conveniently.
Isn't that nice?
Okay, let's take the one, first of all, that lands on Fifely. That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Only 4 piercing damage, but I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me,
There's the
please.
shitey part. Exactly.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Where are you?
Does that give you, by the way, does that put you, Fifely, where does that put you at, hit point wise?
I was at maximum.
Okay, because I needed to, let me, I had my, my hit points are out of date. Kate, I had you at 66 to begin with?
No, I was back to 72, actually.
Okay, 72.
Yeah.
Gesma, are you at 49?
54.
54, okay, so I'm completely out of date. TikTok was at 87, or am I too low?
Let me double check that. 99.
Right, I am out of date.
Damn, that boy's a walking
Gromnir, what are you
power.
at?
61.
Don't
What?
sell me short of.
61. Okay, Fifely, you were at, what is your maximum hit points?
82.
82. Which is now 70, what did I say? 4 points?
Yep.
So 78. Okay.
And
And last for UV, what are you at?
5-7.
5-7, okay, thanks. All right,
And that's full up for me.
Yep.
For the moment.
20 on my con save.
okay. You feel this burning where the bite hits you, but you manage to shake it off. And you're very pleased about that. Okay, let me move down the line. Attack on Gromnir, that's a 21 to hit.
That's it.
Okay. The devil is this? Go back to there. Okay. All right. That is going to do Okay, that is 6 piercing damage, and again, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. I get assuming it's poison, so I get advantage being at the wall.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Constitution saving throw. Advantage. Come on, good rolls. 16.
Okay. Yeah, same feeling. The burning, the itching, tough acting, but you managed to ward it off. Boom. Okay. Moving on right down the line. Let's see. Cade, we already had the miss. Gesma, the one that jumps down on you only gets a 9 to hit, so that's not going to get it done. Person on TikTok, ironically, the spider completely misses TikTok. Apparently, it is not used to biting into a Warforged. Ryubi, the one on you, is a 7 to hit, so that's not going to get it done either. Not a great round for them. All right, Gesma, you're up. You have 7 spiders around you, and one in particular that is attacking you specifically.
Okay. And we're on a narrow path, right? Not much room to move.
Oh, you're getting mic pop? Is it better now, Fender? Correctly on my end? I mean, I'm using a local one, so it should be okay. Okay, sorry, I was just making sure that I had my audio set. Say that again. Say that again, Cairo. Sorry.
We're on a narrow path, right? Where I'm assuming
Correct.
there's not much room to move.
There's not a lot of room. Nope.
And then nobody is being hung right now by spider thread.
No, at the moment, no one is being
fending off.
No one's being hung.
Hanged.
Hanged.
Very good.
So, and the spider's directly above me?
The spider is now in front of you. It actually repelled right next to you for its attack.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping it would actually hit you when it did that.
Yeah. I am... Can I okay.
Can I retreat? That'd be great.
And now it's time to run.
I'm thinking about using one spell, but I'm not entirely still sure how it works.
Okay.
So
well, you can lay it on me. What is it?
Bestow Curse. But I don't know if that's even applicable. Just because I know that I have to choose like the kind of spell, and I don't really, or curse. And there's a little. I think what I'm going to do is just to be safe. I'm going to whip out my rapier.
Okay.
And try and stab it in one of its eyes.
From Hell's Heart, stab at thee. All right.
Yeah.
Make it so.
All right. Oh, so close. So close to a 20.
It's looking at a 7. That is not going to get it done.
Get rolled to get you.
I felt caught in between your curse.
Spider.
Yeah, exactly. Caught in between your curse and your desire to curse and your desire to use your rapier. You kind of stab wildly at it, and it chitters madly at you, but does nothing else. You don't have a lot of room to move, but you could try to move, somewhere, like if you wanted to try to reposition.
Considering I'm sandwiched between everyone as well, I'm imagining there's really not much I can do. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna remain on guard.
Okay, kind of stick where you are. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to bring us down to TikTok. What does TikTok want to do?
So Rob,
I should have thunder waved everybody out of the
I
field.
think it's time to run. It's been fun, boys. Enjoy.
I don't know. It's do your damnedest. I don't know how to play.
his combat?
Yeah. Here,
So-
you make the action and I'll make the voice.
Is
And
there
together we'll form the power of Voltron.
Sounds good. Is there any within 10 feet that he can...
Oh yeah, it's a target-rich environment. He's got a spider right on him for one right now.
Sod, what feats does he have?
It's basically maneuvers, and that's it.
Does he have defeat spiders on narrow path?
Well, I was gonna say if he had Polearm Master, he could already do an attack of opportunity, but if he doesn't, that's fine. I was just
I
curious.
don't think he does.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, Tic Tac will use a mint. Tic Tac will use a mint. Yeah.
That's his brother. You're talking about the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
We just do a glaive swing.
Okay.
Right.
I have an excellent step-on spider ability.
With the 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all twos.
That is not going to hit. All right. He's going to stay in the same place, I assume.
I assume he's just gonna like stay in front of people so they don't get.
Okay. Yeah, not a lot of room. You guys are sort of all one-on-one at the moment. Grom, you're up next.
All right. I am firstly gonna cast light so everyone can see.
Okay.
Because I know some people can't see. That's a good old 40 feet of light. And then for my bonus action, I'll cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I'll put it right next to my spider and use it to attack.
All right. You can do that. It can attack the same turn that shows up, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 11 damage, force damage.
Boom.
Okay. You strike at a solid blow, and you can see sort of ichor, pouring out of its wounds as you smash it. It's not dead, but you definitely struck at a solid blow for sure. Its angry chittering increases. Okay, Fifely, that leads us to you. You've got a spider in your grill.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I guess the very first thing the Five is going to do is say, "Be careful what you hit." It's the wrong accent. Let me try that again.
No matter what occurs, I will find you.
Be careful what you eat. Here, you take Russian, I'll take British tonight.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
No, it's okay. Oh, it's a moth. Okay, I was like, hey, there's
You found a spider in it.
There's a spider. Well, there are many spiders in the room. No. Please be careful what you hit, and turns into a giant spider.
Oh, goody.
Well, that's not going to be
Please
confusing
tell me
at
you're a
all.
different color.
Might need
Sounds
to-
just like you,
He's got his logo of Fifely Harper FH like on his
Exactly.
back, so you can tell.
Harper tattoo on the one of the extremities.
There you go. That's right.
Oh man. Well, he chitters in a British accent, so there's that.
But it's a henna tattoo. It's not permanent because
Yeah,
of
yeah. No, that would. No.
Oh, jeez.
Because he's a hippie, right?
All right, spider versus spider. All right, web versus web.
The clash of
I
the
love that.
century.
I love that comic.
Bang versus bang.
Well,
See, and then I'm going to strike out at said spider in front of me.
okay.
I remember. I'm trying to remember what the damn attacks are. Okay, so this will be a +3.
Okay.
No, that's initiative. Giant spider.
Remember which D&D game you're cheating on right
I
now.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying. Where is my chompy giant spider?
Are you playing a druid in the Tolkien one as well?
No,
Oh,
No,
oh,
he's
good. So
playing a
light me
Bjorning.
up.
there aren't druids in the Tolkien.
That's true. I was going to say there aren't druids in...
What's Elanon?
chompy.
Oh, he's not. Wait, that's the wrong.
No, that's
wrong one.
That's damage.
turn in your badge, sir. That's
Yeah,
Shannara.
Shannara, yeah, but was there a druid character?
Uh,
Bjorn. I'm thinking of Bjorn.
Oh, here it is. Sorry.
You're right.
Here's the 2 hits.
Isn't he a member of ABBA,
One.
Bjorn?
Oh!
Wow. So you're like, you
Damn.
strike out and you miss completely. Apparently,
Way to waste a perfect
you
damage
see the
roll, or
spider and you're
perfect
like,
damage
can
roll,
I?
pal.
You have a moment of existential crisis. Can I really attack myself? Can I? who am I really? What a tangled web we weave.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So many
He's
legs.
done this
So many legs.
So many legs.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so you miss, unfortunately, Fifely. Okay.
Yeah,
We've been
now,
building
Bombadil-
up. We've been
Bombadil's
building
sort
up
of
to a fight
druidy.
of this many terrible rolls. We really have.
yeah,
We've
there
been
was,
building up to this moment for many sessions now.
yeah, that was definitely true. Okay, so now, dropping down around your neck. Let's see whether or not are these threads dropping around the necks of. First of all,
Wait a minute. Is that before I go?
Yes,
Okay.
it is
I
before
was
you
gonna
go.
say.
You
All right.
unfortunately are last to go. You are the
Well,
last.
I was just
to act.
saying before, maybe I get a chance to do something before you know.
Rob, you get to watch so pretty as it comes down.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
Okay, so we've got a 6 to hit on Cade, which is not going to get it done. We have a
Hells no.
we have a 9 to hit on. Who was it that was in front? Was it Grom was in front?
I was after Cade, yes.
You were after. Right. I'm sorry. Right.
Like in terms of
Right. That's right. So it was Cade. Okay, and then
Yes,
wow. Okay, so 3 threads drop down, essentially trying to garrote you. It seems, and all 3 miss on Fifely, on Cade, and on Gromnir, and then immediately zip up into the tree cover again. These
my
are.
light show them.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, if you're able to look up, you're actually able to see.
please come to the office?
Exactly. So what you were able to see up in the trees is what looks like you catch sight of this large, sort of bloated creature that is looks vaguely humanoid, that is grasping onto branches. And you can see thread shooting up into its mouth, and then it vanishes again. This is not a spider.
And it's gone, so it's completely gone.
It just disappears, yeah, into the mist.
Like not visible anymore.
Correct. Not like as in
Awesome.
it withdrew, as in it withdrew. Not that it turned invisible, but
Now,
Badass. I love it.
In what was the one we were doing before this? Tyranny of Dragons. We had the one thing on the cart while we were doing the caravan, where we encountered ettercaps.
That's right. Yeah.
yes,
Does this look
and
like that?
I'd say you're able to look up and see it. It sure does. Yep, it does indeed look like an ettercap. Although you don't remember them using this particular attack before, but if you remember, you were out, sort of exposed in the field as opposed to, in the middle of forest cover. So yes,
Just
indeed.
say, what the hell was that?
Yep. And it's this. The other thing that's unnerving about it too, Gesma, is that it's silent. The attack is like, and then just this chittering type of sound.
I heard both.
Is there anything? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there anything around us that we can use as cover?
I mean, the entire environment, in a way, is sort of
apparently
covering.
not.
Well, it's sort of covering you and them, but the problem is they seem to know where you are, and it's not as easy to track them down. You could try to sort of dive off the path into the undergrowth, but that would make it impossible for you to see them at all. I mean, you could definitely do that and cut down on their ability to garrote you from above, for sure. But that would make it difficult for you to see to attack. And speak of the devil,
even everything with even with stuff illuminated right now.
right? Because the issue is not being able; it's being able to like get an attack through them. Like if you're in the undergrowth, you could probably see to attack them. It's more that you wouldn't be able to shoot. Like you wouldn't get line of sight of them because you'd have like tree above you or bush.
Rob,
or whatever
don't
the
forget
case
it's
would
also
be.
very misty around here too, which is another problem.
Right. So it's less a problem of
Right.
being able to see
I could-
and more a problem of being able to actually hit them without being obscured by objects in the way, like bushes and trees. And speaking of which, it's your turn, by the way, Ryubi.
That's why I'm asking, because I want to figure out what I'm gonna do here.
Yeah.
First, crap my
Okay.
pants, then act.
You're talking about the wrong sorcerer there, buddy. That's not how this works.
Oh, you're gonna act then crap your pants. Okay, hey, whatever. works
Yeah,
for you,
yeah,
buddy.
okay, yeah. Get the order right, would you?
Dive into the undergrowth
right.
is the name of my next band.
And
I like it.
you do have the reaction. I'm just saying. So
Whatever happens, I will clean my shorts afterwards. Okay. Speaking of accents, what the fuck? Anyway,
Good.
um,
Suddenly you're like a, and you're like a Persian rug dealer or something.
my friend.
You have to slit a few.
Perhaps you'd like to see the exceptionally rare.
Arv 10 is asking a question on the feed.
How do we know
About
who is currently
inspiration.
inspired? Ah, that's a good call. Let us check in on that.
I do have an
I'm
inspiration
currently
that I've not
inspired
used.
as well. I put my hand up.
I am
Okay.
uninspired at the moment.
Kate is uninspired. Gesmer, are you inspired?
How's that different
Yep.
from any other moment then?
All right, so is TikTok.
Pretty
Do we know
much.
if TikTok is inspired? I don't think he is.
He hasn't got the marker there, so.
Okay, so Cade and TikTok are not inspired at the moment 10. Cade and TikTok are not
well-
inspired.
Dragon Spear is doing one, but we don't know on whom yet.
Yeah, we got
All right.
Cade and TikTok not inspired.
So
Ooh, nice.
what I'm
Activated
okay. So
inspiration.
can I get like which target is closest to me?
You have a spider right on you, like right in front
So
of
if
you.
I jump into the brush, is gonna get an attack of opportunity? on me?
No, I wouldn't say that. You'd be able to shift out of the way. You could probably, if you jump into the undergrowth, do that, and then you could probably do a melee attack on him. I don't know that you could really do a missile attack from where you are, because if you can imagine,
Oh.
like jumping below grass or whatever, like, you know.
I have a plan with that one, Mon Capitan.
Okay. No, you won't get an attack of opportunity by doing that. It will not attack you.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out by casting haste on myself.
Okay. What's up,
Then I get an additional action.
Nice.
I am going to then get 2 times speed, 2 times AC, additional dex, advantage dex saving throw, and 1 additional action. So that's on me. That's for 1 minute.
Okay.
What is that? 10 turns?
I don't actually know what the duration is.
It's 1 minute.
Concentration up to 1
that's
minute.
10
Yeah.
turns.
I do want to
that's 10
say
turns.
I do
Okay.
want to say that under
Yeah.
some circumstances I would rule that there be an attack of opportunity on trying to cast haste in front of a creature that's engaged in you, but in this case, because the obscuring mist does affect both you and the spider to a degree, the spider is not able to get the attack of opportunity you in the same way. So I'm just letting you know that you're in good shape in this case. I appreciate being inspired, Jedi.
Good.
You guys
You can
inspire me
stay.
every day.
Arv, I like it. You can stay.
Okay.
No, okay. So now that I've cast that on myself, I'm going to jump into the underbrush, knowing where that spider is located.
Yes.
So I should be able to jump into that now.
Okay. Yep. You do so.
Jump in.
You
And
guys
then
hear
with my
the sound
additional,
of a bush cracking behind you
Because
as
it
you see
really
Ryuvi
fast.
vanishing.
yeah.
Really
And then I'm going to use my additional action to use magic missile on that spider that was near me.
Okay. So you basically clear out the path that you just, sort of went to, and then you're going to shoot away at the spider.
Boom.
Okay. All right, go ahead and do that. So go ahead and roll your damage then.
Where the hell is it? This one. And I will cast it at level 1. Not level 1. Yes, it is level 1. It's been a while. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
And no wild search.
Okay. Sorry, because I've only got the one
Don't do it
monitor I'm
twice,
working
Rob.
with. What damage did you just do?
Haste.
13.
15. All right.
Rob, got to do 2 wild surges because you casted haste.
Oh, you're damn right.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
No, that's not how that works. I'd only cast for one of them.
dude, it's both.
It's either
above
one or
first
the
levels.
other.
Both spells are above level 1.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you'd be getting
Yeah.
a wild search for either.
Nice try.
Oh. It was trying. It was-
I would have loved it if you did like wild surge. Everyone got hasted, including the spiders.
Or everyone gets turned into a spider. I could see so many amusement ones. Okay, so your missile streaks out, vdunk, and like the sound of hitting a flabby football, it impacts the spider's body, and you hear this chittering, this painful chittering happening on the other side. Okay, that brings us back up to Cade. Cade, you have 2 spiders that are in front of you.
I'm going to roll my HP real quick.
Okay.
Yes, and I must say I'm not enjoying these odds, so I'm gonna take steps to alleviate this whole little deal. Even though they're rolling crappy last time, I just don't trust it. So Arv, I am casting Sleep on both of them as a 2nd level spell.
Okay.
That is 7d8 worth of hit points, and I'm hoping I'll roll high enough to take them both out.
Okay.
So here we go.
10 of clubs has inspired you, Cade.
Ah, awesome. All right, 33 points total.
Yes,
The
Tim.
one with the lowest starts, and then just goes up from there. So
Okay. All right. So the one that you had previously damaged topples over, like all legs up, thunk, and is asleep. The other one does not, however.
okay. Well, hey, I cut the odds down, so I have no problem there.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Now they go, and the one that you did not put to sleep is immediately like, chittering awake in an awake position. Yes.
Right.
19 to hit.
Hi there.
That will hit me, yes.
Okay.
I will use my reaction to take half damage from his attack, although I know I have to do the saving throw.
Yes. So he does 9 piercing damage, but if you want to break that down, then we'll round that up to 5.
Yep.
Okay.
I
so
do, because that's damn.
67, and now Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Well, let's see how I do. Well, do I want to use inspiration here? No, I should be okay for right now. Ah, 11.
Okay. So let's see. All right, you feel that burn again, and it seems to sort of it hovers for a bit in your wounds, and then seems to pass.
Okay. All right. Diddly.
Okay, that leads us to okay, the other guys. So, one that is on. Let's see. The one that's on you, Gesma, that you missed with your rapier previously. A 15 to hit.
I believe that hits me. Yes.
Okay. Ooh. 10 piercing damage on this one. And
That's a shame.
I need you to make. It's a shame. It's unfortunate. And I need you to make that saving throw, Constitution saving throw. Okay, so same feeling, that burning sensation, but then passes, although it takes longer to pass this time, around as you were hit by this. Well, actually, you haven't been affected by it before, but so it takes a little while for it to pass. Okay, a 16 on TikTok.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Can he reposit that though? Repost? Sorry, repost.
Does a riposte require a hit?
When a creature misses you, spend a spirit die to reuse a reaction.
You can spend that die and use it if you wish.
So I'll do that. And let's see if he hits.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work, Kill. I'm not sure.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Alright.
That
so
roughly
it's,
obliterates its armor class.
11 damage.
Okay. Let's see. He had not hit before, right?
Yeah, he missed last time.
That's what I thought. Okay. Alright. A lot of these creatures are starting to look kind of messed up here.
Good.
Alright. Let's see. The one which is on...
Oh, why's my cat showing up? That's random. All right, sorry about that.
Let's see. Ryuvi, 20... so, Ryuvi, the one strikes out at you, and even though you were in strong cover, still gets 20 overall.
How the
to
hell
hit.
is he close to me if I moved away, though?
Well, no, he's not... You didn't run far away, or he would have gotten an attack. I assumed you were diving into the overgrowth, like undergrowth, relatively nearby. I mean, you didn't have room to run a far distance, so...
Okay, fine.
So, let's see. Only does 3 points of piercing damage, but you are going to need to make that saving throw that I mentioned.
Wait, what was his...
20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, then absolutely. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I assumed. I shouldn't have assumed.
Okay, so 3. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll that at advantage.
Okay.
What save is it?
It's Constitution saving throw. Yep.
Okay. It was good that I did. And I'm gonna take the 16.
Okay. Yes. So you feel the piercing sensation, the burning sensation, but then it passes. Okay. Burning.
So
let's see.
Yeah. So I'm no longer inspired.
Right.
Thank you. I think that might have been 10's inspiration. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Nothing
think
the
it's
spiders are doing count as spells, right?
No, this is just natural attacks at the moment. 19 to hit Gromnir.
That is a miss.
Okay. Let's see.
So I'm at 54 now.
Yes. Cade, have I had one attack you yet?
Yes, he tagged me last time.
That's what I thought. No, but I mean this current round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Yeah, because the one that's asleep, because you slept one of them. Yeah,
yes.
that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. Sorry.
he tagged me. Right.
There was one on Gesma, on TikTok, on Gromnir. Fifley, I don't think any of them have attacked you as a spider yet. 19 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So you've got 8 piercing damage. Now, I don't know about spiders being resistant to poison or not.
Resistant to their own poison, and there is nothing in the monster description which says that they are.
Okay. So then you're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. Also, what did you come up with for your spider hit points?
Spider hit points are 27 out of 27.
Okay, so now that's 8 points that just got done. So you're at 19, if I'm reading that properly. And the Constitution saving throw. Exactly, Rock God.
Okay, the spider form only has a +1 to Constitution.
Okay.
So, it'll be 3 + 1 is 4. So fail.
Okay. So when this happens, let's see. You were going to. Okay.
You said there was how many points of damage?
The first attack did 8 points of damage, piercing damage.
So it's 21 of 27.
Yes. No, 8 points. So it should be 19 of 27.
19.
The worst news from your point of view is that it also did an additional 5 points of poison damage. So it means you're at 14, I believe.
Correct.
Nobody told me there'd be math.
There's always math.
You used your inspiration for June. You should have one for this month, but I'm not on the list. Well, you're not on the list now because you used it. That's okay, Dragon. I may not have re-added you for inspiration for June, but I have you as you just used inspiration, and I'm gonna say that's appropriate. So whoever you're inspiring is fine. That's fine, Dragon.
Dragon, you still realize it's. Oh, I see his point. Yeah.
I think I know what he means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think that was all of them. So that brings us to Gesma.
Okay, couple questions.
Sure.
Oh no, sorry, never mind.
No, so, you good?
No, go.
Okay. A couple questions.
Okay.
The polymorph spell. It says that I can do. It has to be a similar type creature, right? It's from what I understand. It's basically a new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. What is challenge rating? Could you clarify that for me?
So the challenge rating of a creature. First of all, I have to make sure whether or not it's a willing or unwilling, because I assume you're going to be trying to transform it into something else. Challenge rating on these creatures is
1.
should be a 1. Yeah.
Yeah, same form I'm in. So.
Yep. Challenge rating 1. Yes, indeed.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how. So what other, like.
I got a list.
Okay, I'll save that for later, and then Trendane, if you can give me that list, and I can be a little better prepared with it, that'd be great. But I will keep that in my back pocket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stab it again with my rapier.
Okay.
And then I want to. Well, I'll do that first.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
I'm assuming that hits.
That is a lot of hit.
Okay.
Was that a natural 20?
Yes.
Okay. So you critically hit. So give me your max damage, sir.
I just click the rapier, right? Or do I have to do more than that?
No, just tell me. Well, you should be able to just give me, whatever the maximum damage would be on the rapier, which it should list there on the sheet, I think.
It says 1d8 plus 2, so that's
so
10.
10. Yep.
There you go.
10 points. So you missed it once, but you hit the hell out of it this time.
Yeah.
All right.
And afterwards, I would like to use a bardic inspiration on, who was trying to think. I will use it on Gromnir.
Okay. All right. So none of these guys are dead, but they're definitely beginning to get very injured. Okay, TikTok is up.
I forgot TikTok actually has 2 attacks a turn last turn, but anyway. Glaive first swing.
Okay.
It's a 27 hit.
Yeah, clearly a hit.
And it does only. He rolled a 1. I can re-roll that because he's got the feet. I love it. And a 1 and 2. This one. A 9 damage.
Okay. That spider is looking very messed up.
Yeah,
It's not dead, but it's very hurt.
Try and finish it off.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Boom.
And,
I think that's going to wrap it up. Yep.
Squishy, squishy. How much?
12.
All right. Yes, you smash it. Or TikTok smashes it. Yeah, TikTok, hooray! Oh, hey. There you go. I like it. Yeah, your mic is a little bit quiet. It is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That leads us to Gromnir.
TikTok also just moved towards the next target.
Okay.
I guess the one Ruby would probably be best because Ruby.
The one on Ryubi. Where is he? Yes, that's fine because he's right behind him. Okay, right. So he turns and does that. That's fine.
Hold on, my volume a bit. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Yes.
Is there any one of us that I could tell took a pretty nasty hit? We're all doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, so far the person who seems to have been hit for more damage is Fifely, who seems to be poisoned. Although it's a little hard to tell since, spider versus spider.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like the others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, first thing, I'm going to order my spiritual weapon to attack the spider in front of me. Natural 20.
Ooh, hello.
The power of
We've
critical
missed
hit.
you so, natural 20.
The power of
That's
critical hit.
12 damage.
Okay. Let's see. You had not hit yours before, had you?
I hit it with the spiritual weapon before.
Oh, you did hit with spiritual weapon before. That's right.
Let me find it. 11 damage before. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
23 so far.
So, right. Okay, it is not dead, but extremely hurt.
All right, well then I'll finish it off with my hammer. 15 to hit.
That will hit. These
Only
guys
3
are
damage.
not big on
Only
AC.
3 damage.
That's all you needed, actually. You squish it. It was pretty close to dead anyway. So you smash it. Ichor pours out everywhere. Yep. And
All right, so I look around. Who's currently engaged?
so let's see. Cade has still got one on him, plus one that's in front of him, upside down with its legs curled up for some reason. Gesma is still on one. TikTok is moving to engage one on Ryuvi. And Fifely, the spider that was Fifely is also there.
Yeah.
And technically, the spider that I'm engaged with is right behind you.
Yeah, because you're behind me.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I'll go straight for the spider on you then. Guess
Okay. All right, sounds like a plan. Fifely, you were up. You are feeling a little ill, little green around the gills.
So first of all, Don Cairo, in the Zoom chat is the link to my character sheet.
Oh,
Doc,
okay. I didn't see
and
that. Thank
the
you.
third tab at the bottom is beast shapes, and that'll have everything you need.
Okay, so that'll be very helpful. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
And it's got all of their
So that CR is the challenge rating?
correct. Yeah.
So anything that's a 1, I could... What is it?
Or above it.
What is the difference between 1 out of 8 and 1 out of 4?
That means it's 1/8, 1/4, all the way
Yeah,
up to
think of it as 0.0.2.
It's a fraction.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a
I didn't even
fraction,
so,
not a-
yeah. So 1 is what these are. Okay.
right.
Fifely, I want to
Tiny-
point out, by the way, that you are currently poisoned, and
Yep.
while you are poisoned, you have disadvantage on ability and attack rolls. And what's up, Light and Passion?
So all of the ones that have 1 for their challenge rating and above that in the list, those are your...
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So going to go after Mr. Spider again, and this will be an 11 for one of the rolls and a 9 for the other, so it's a 9.
Okay, so a 9 to hit is not going to get it done.
Yep.
Okay, and you were, as you sort of chitter in a poison sort of way. Okay, so down from the top, you've been painting a mini for a friend as a gift. Nice, man. Okay, so here we go with the... let's see. So we have Cade, a 23 on you.
Just for the
The garrote.
strands?
Yes.
Yeah, that will hit.
Can I use cutting words on that attack? Or does that not count towards the hit or miss? That's more on damage.
I think it would. Well, you'd have to double check for me on whether it's damage or not. It probably would be.
It's both. You can do it on the 2 hit or the damage.
What does it do? What does cutting words do? Remind me.
He has to be within 60 feet. He has to see the
Yeah, he
target
is.
correctly. And he rolls his bardic inspiration to reduce the hit or damage of the attack.
How much?
It's yeah, it says what is it?
So you roll your bardic inspiration to reduce.
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what the bardic inspiration die though is.
I think I thought it was a D4.
I think it's a
Is it?
D8 right now for you.
Oh,
yeah,
that would
that's
be
right.
handy.
Yeah, because I went up. It's a D8. That's correct. So yes, I would.
Okay, that could have an effect.
All right, so I will try and piss that spider off.
Okay. You will cut the web of the spider.
Yeah, we'll cut the web of the spider. I'll tell it
My
that
words,
Uncle
my
Ben
vicious
deserves to
words.
die.
With great power came great responsibility.
All right, 1d8 incoming.
Okay.
Come on, good roll. Nice.
All
I
right.
think that actually will do it.
Helps. Hopefully.
All right, what do we got? I'm not.
Oh, I got
enough.
a
6.
It's a 6.
Six.
Sorry, I gotta
Yeah.
reduce my. bardic inspiration
Okay,
again.
so we're talking about then a 17.
Which just misses.
All right, there you go. Wapow.
Ah,
Success.
excellent.
Okay.
That's very cool. That is very
Then
cool.
we've got a 15 on you, Fifely. This is trying to garrot really your leg, not your, you know,
Well,
it's not your body really.
okay. The spider's AC is 14, so that
Okay.
would hit. However, because of the spider's ability, Web Walker, spider ignores movement restrictions based on webbing. So
Okay, then you're good.
Slide
Then you're
right
good. This is what happens when it attacks a spider. Dumb by this Ettercap creature.
I've
so
been
that's what
waiting
it
for
is.
that to happen.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Okay, and then let's see. The last one comes in on Gromnir, but rolls a 10, so that's not going to get it done. Okay, Ryuvi, you were up.
Sweet. I'm gonna attack. This spider has been laying some magic missiles into before. So
Okay.
I think that's a
Okay.
good plan. I think though, what I'm going to do. Where is? Two questions. Where is TikTok in relation to myself and the spider?
Where is TikTok in relation to yourself and the spider? So TikTok.
Yeah, like is he in the way? Is he like approaching? Because I
He's
don't
not
have
in the
any
way
sense
of
where-
your spider. He is.
But he is
currently
he is
moving. No, he's
towards
yeah,
it.
Yeah, correct. He is moving towards it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I see that spider? Like, do I have?
Yes.
Okay,
Because that's the same one
perfect.
you were able to see before. You can't see any other spider. You just see him, and you see a big Warforged chart, coming towards it.
Rightio, Mr. J. Okay, so that's me speaking to myself in my own gibberish language. How to do this?
The woes of the
Yeah.
spellcaster.
I'm gonna use a firebolt on this mother
Okay.
father. And I am going to. Let me just make sure I do this correctly, because again, it's
You're basically just sticking out your arm, by the way, from underneath the undergrowth for this firebolt.
that's how I roll.
Yep.
As long as it works.
Yep.
Long as it works. Just want to make sure.
And by the way, as Rob is figuring this out, welcome to everybody who is here checking out the D&D session. I am live on the road in the West Coast, but I brought my books with me, and I am very happy to be back in the saddle playing with these guys as they try to make their way to the stronghold of this dastardly dragon that attacked the village of Altend. This is the Infinity Beyond crew playing the Rise of Tiamat, which is part 2 of Tyranny of Dragons, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. We will be playing here for probably not a lot longer, honestly, because I am renting an office that I technically am supposed to have left hours ago. So probably will be here for another half hour-ish or so, after which we will close up shop. But I hope you like what you see in here, and will consider supporting the Patreon, subscribing to the channel, and checking out all these guys individually as well. On you go, Rob, sorry.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna do a standard roll on that. I thought I was gonna do something funky, but no, no. There's no need to do that.
Okay.
So let's just do a normal old Zag roll here.
Okay.
Hey!
That'll destroy it. So that's max damage. So that's 20.
Yep. Okay, so 20 damage. Okay. So first of all, you burn this thing to a crisp. That's not the only thing you do. When this hits, the creature, which you may remember was hanging onto a web, the fire encrisps it. I made up that word to such a degree that the fire then runs up, and all of a sudden all of you are aware that there is now fire running up and down the webs around you. Now, normally the fire, if this were a dry web, this thing would be up in like a second, but I did mention that the webs were moist. Nonetheless, though, the fire is burning, so you hear this sort of chittering sound, and there is fire all around you guys at the moment.
Fun.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. You know, fire.
Slowly engulfing ourselves in fire.
I was just going to say, possibly
burning
good,
wait, here's the key factor. Is it burning anything or lighting anything on fire that was attacking us before?
It's definitely going to hit a lot of things that are attacking you, but it may also
good.
It may also hit people who are currently ensconced in webs themselves. I'm just letting you know. There are lots of people dealing with webs at the moment, and fire may be all around them.
To each their own, motherfucker.
Okay, that leads us back up to Cade. Cade, you see the fire beginning to crackle all around you.
About time, as I draw my sword and dagger and go to work on the one spider that I'm tangled with right now.
Okay.
All right, so sword first. Bam, that's a lousy 11, which I don't think he's going to make
That
it.
is not going to get the job done, unfortunately.
Let's see if I can do the dagger and get a little better there. Jeepers, 15?
15 will hit.
Okay, ooh, whoop-de-doo. All right, hold on. Offhand dagger, a lousy, well, it's because it's a lousy 2 points of damage.
Alrighty. You
Grazed it.
You tickle it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You are tickled.
Is he one of those spasms like when he hits someone? He's just like, yeah.
Oh, don't stop! Oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that going on here. Hold on, you begin to hear this. Alright, there we go.
Nice.
Oh, technically that was 21 points of damage was maxed out.
Oh, okay. That also burns yourself. It's so much overkill. It's overburn.
Remember when I said I should keep my damn mouth shut? Let's just do it right.
This is an example of that. Okay. Alright, so you do 2 points of damage to that. Alright, sounds good, Cade. Now the creatures get to go. First of all, they are going to take damage from the fire, which is beginning to roll over them. And they begin to yell, chitter loudly, I guess would be a better way to put it. Okay.
Ryuvi saves the day again. What
Alright.
a surprise, surprise, surprise.
The creature which was asleep
Took you long enough.
is woken up by the experience of being burned. And so it wakes up and attacks you, Cade. Now, the good news is that it's on fire. The bad news is it's on fire. You're now being attacked by a fire spider.
Flaming spider.
Flaming
this
spider.
is awesome.
19.
Yeah. That'll hit.
Okay. So, first of all, it's going to do 7 points of piercing damage.
I think I'm gonna avoid that one.
Okay.
So I'll take 4.
So you'll take
Supposed to be down to
4.
63. Yeah.
So take 4. You will take an additional 4 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Because it is literally a burning, its body is burning as this happens. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm going to make that an advantage this time.
Okay.
So 10, I'm using your inspiration. Thank you very much for that. Because I want to make sure to make this.
Flaming spiders attacking, going, bitch!
Yeah, I'll take the non-natural 20.
Okay. That so you
It's like when Woody
the burning
touched all over
feeling
again.
the burning feeling of the poison has left you.
Okay.
Okay.
Crazy. Absolutely
now,
crazy.
Let's see. Now the one is going to attack Gesma. We're talking a 7, so that's not going to get the job done. Okay.
7 miles an hour.
7 Now, the one is going to attack the large warforge that is charging at it. That's a 6. That's not going to get it done.
Definitely not.
And lastly, the one which is locked in mortal spider versus spider combat with Fifely gets a 20.
Ouch.
Okay. That is going to do 7 piercing damage. You're already poisoned, so it can't re-poison you. But you are also going to take an additional 3 points of damage from fire. So you are at, I think, 4 hit points, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right, Gizmo, you're up.
Can I quickly request?
You've got a flaming spider in front of you.
A riposte attack from.
Oh, on TikTok, yes, you may.
Yeah, just 14 to hit,
14 will just hit.
and it does 20 damage.
What's up, Axman? It's like your wedding party all over again. Oh man, you said 20 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. It is not dead. It's very close. Like it's lost a leg. You know, it's kind of like hobbling around. It is very
This
very
is the
hurt.
spider right in front of me. Right?
Let me think.
That's the one he was charging towards.
That was the one that TikTok was charging towards. Yeah.
Oh, TikTok. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not TikTok,
I thought
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. I thought it was because it's not.
No.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the repost by TikTok. So now Gizmo, this is the one that's on you, and it is
How's he
flaming.
looking?
He's hurt and on fire. Other than that, it's great.
Okay.
Couldn't be better.
I mean, he's pretty hurt.
I'm gonna just try and finish him off with my rapier.
Okay.
Let me. I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. $19?
Yep, that will hit.
7.
Okay. Yes. Okay. 7 will do it. It drops to the ground, dead and still on fire. I'm still alive, only I'm very badly burned. Exactly. Phil. Exactly. Okay. TikTok is up.
All right. Well, TikTok's gonna hit the one.
That's
nearest
very,
to-
very, very, very hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Sneeze on it.
See a 19 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit.
and 14
Prop would
damage.
do the job.
Okay. Yes, that will kill it off. It had 1 hit point left, so it's very, very dead.
And he's just gonna move to the next one. Whatever. I think probably the one on Firefly would probably be next.
Okay.
You know which is which.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those like Star Trek moments, like, you know, okay, which one of you would lie about the other person that would say this?
He's the
he
one.
has the claim.
Not
It's like,
me, you idiot. Him.
Not me, the other
he's
one.
like looking back and forth, trying to find. And he's
Exactly.
got like sensors on each of them, with scanning to try and
Yeah,
figure
right,
out.
exactly. Determined. Okay, Grom, you're up.
Also,
2
can
left.
I reach Cade?
Can you reach Cade? Yes.
All right, so is it within like approximately 20 feet so my spiritual weapon can reach? Because if not, then it has to take another turn to reach.
You can get there.
All right, so
You guys are
spiritual
pretty
weapon.
close together.
Spiritual weapon swing. 21 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Yay!
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, you get a
That'll
plus
do.
7, dude.
5 damage. It's only for my spiritual weapon though.
Oh.
It's only 5 damage there, and then
Okay.
I'll swing with my hammer for a. There you go, natural 1.
So you're like, I got it, but the fire really sort of throws you off.
Lands in your foot.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, Fifely, you were up. You got a spider in front of you and a very confused Warforged.
How far away is said Warforged?
Probably 5 feet, 10 feet, like closing in fast.
Okay. I'm going to skitter sideways to turn the spider so that it's between me and TikTok.
Okay.
And I'm going to chomp it. Well, you know.
Right. Chittery.
Yeah, chitra. And 18.
Hit.
Okay. Then a spider bite for a grand total of something.
It's a third one in there for some reason.
For a lots.
I'm a little confused as to the thing. So there's 3d8. Why is there?
Well, it looks like 10
For
on the side,
poison,
so
they
why
do
don't you
the
take...
poison save.
Okay.
So you've done 10 damage with the fangs, and then
Right.
they do a DC 11 versus con, or they take poison.
Why is it not the other way around? You do 11 damage, and if it succeeds, it does the 10
What do we got?
Just
And
is.
the
It
10's from the
just
fang,
is.
and then you inject the poison. So
Yeah.
So you did how much damage?
I'm not
10
sure
unless it
anymore.
fails its save. Basically.
All right,
10,
let's
and
see.
then if it fails to save, you roll poison damage. Whatever.
Okay,
that
what's the
is.
DC?
11 versus con.
Nope, that's a big fail. So
8
it failed.
more.
So
8
it's
more.
hold on.
11.
11 more?
Yeah,
Where do
11
you get,
more.
where do you get
Oh,
11
wait.
out of that?
There's +3.
Oh wait,
Oh.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, so it's 11 and 10. So it's
So
22.
21 total. Okay, it dies. It dies quite a bit.
What kind of poison are you using, man?
you have killed it. All right.
Damn.
Effective poison.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm misreading it.
So you hear this this angry chittering above you, and then silence. There are no more garrots that come from up top. Ryuvi, you're up.
What's left to kill?
One spider remains, although you can't actually see it unless you pull yourself out of the undergrowth, which, by the way, is starting to smolder anyway.
Oh, goody. Where is there? Is there a part of the area that's not going to light me on fire?
There is an
like an
area that is
incinerator?
currently damper and not as flamed or filled with flame at the moment. Yes.
Am I okay to move there without
Yeah,
getting
you can
attacked
pull
by
yourself into
anything?
that. Yes.
All right, I'm going to move there so that I don't inferno. That is a word that I completely made up out of many languages.
And
We're
there's
making up
one
a lot of
remaining
them
spider
tonight.
which
I
is
was
on.
speaking in some Esperanto thing that was interesting there.
And there's one remaining spider which is on Cade. I believe.
Romeo.
So, all right.
Oh, wait, so there's 2 left.
No,
That's what I thought.
one total spider.
One
When did-
total spider.
Arv, when did one of mine die? Because I had 2 on me at one point.
Yeah, but you had a spider that was woken up and then
Uh-huh.
you then got killed. I don't remember how it got killed. I don't remember if it was TikTok or if it was the flame or something, but
Oh, it must have been the fire that did
it
it.
might have been the
Okay.
fire that did it because it was.
Okay.
There's a lot of fire now.
Okay. It's very fiery.
Yeah, have
Very
I mentioned
fiery.
there's a lot of flame?
Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm happy with one. I'm not complaining. I was just curious. Yeah.
Let's bring some cold into this situation. Let's balance this shit out. I'm gonna use Ray of Frost
Okay.
on that last spider because we don't need any more fire than we already have.
Even more fire. Okay.
Yeah. So, has somebody damaged? Somebody laid some damage into that spider already? I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yes, the spider's hurt.
Okay. So, attacking it with Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Normal roll. That's gonna be a 25.
That's a hit.
It's 12 points of damage.
Okay. It is not dead, but it's real close. It's very, very hurt.
It will be.
I am going to use my additional action because I still have one because I'm only on turn 3 of this thing. Yeah, of 10. Let me just double check what I can do. I have a dagger and I'm going to throw it at the spider.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead and do it. Ice
a rare
cold.
melee
Exactly.
attack.
Tyler.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do it. Well, ranged here actually.
Kate will be proud.
That is a 17.
Wow. Actually, yeah. That's
That's a hit.
damn. Pretty impressive.
That's 4 piercing.
Well, plow. So, like, moving smoothly, you hit it with the ice bolt, and then out of the belt, whoosh, like the dagger goes flying out, and Cade, as you're about to strike it, this dagger goes flying into its eye, and with a last chitter, it falls over, flops dead. And you look over to see Ryuvi with sort
And I
of
just
this-
wink at him like
Right.
it's at one of those Japanese anime moments where everything just slows down. It's like,
Exactly.
and then I just keep going.
However, the wink is somewhat tempered by the fact that the forest is now burning around you, and you have got some forest around you.
I used
and
some cold though.
We
Come
are-
on, I
you did
slowed
use a
it
little
down
cold.
a little bit.
We are out of initiative, but there is a lot of fire around you. The only place that there is not fire is in front of you, towards the sound of the rushing water. But the
Run.
run around it is heading in your direction, and it's coming fast.
Run towards the water.
I guess you better get to that water. Yeah.
Are you guys all
Yes.
doing that?
Yeah, I think so.
totally agree.
Okay.
Unless someone could create like 8 billion gallons of water above the fire, I think we're screwed. So yeah.
So you guys
Wait.
bolt towards it. You're like running through the path. Flames continue to rise up behind you. You hear the cracking of flames, and you, of course, the webbing is now largely cut out of the way or burned, which is useful. And as you're going through, you feel the heat is beginning to increase, so that you feel at one point as you're watching, it's almost as if you're racing the fire through the forest, if you follow what I mean. As it's sort of, trying to kind of pursue you. It's not directly pursuing you, but I mean, like, it's just, picking up this stuff.
It's alive.
And the thing that's odd about this is that, as I said, the area around here is rather damp, so it seems sort of strange, but it's whatever this fire is, it's definitely been accelerated somehow. As you continue to race through, you burst through the last sort of spot of the flames and find yourself, let me bring you guys over here, looking at this as you break through this last bit of brush. There is in front of you a deep pool with a waterfall on the other side, and the fire is coming behind you quickly as you get to the very edge of the pool.
Ah, damn it! Somebody bring up that Butch and Sundance bit about jumping off the cliff. I can't remember.
I read this
and
in the
just the
scroll
fall that'll
somewhere.
probably kill you.
Are you guys going to make the jump? The fire is behind you.
I guess you don't really
I
have
don't
much
think
of
we
a
have
choice.
much of a choice.
Yeah.
All right, and as you guys leap
It'll only
off
hurt for
the
a second,
pool,
Butch.
you guys
I'm Greg
leap.
Louganising this thing.
Exactly. You leap off the cliff as the fire shoots out behind you. And as you guys are descending to the pool, I think we're going to leave it there for this session. As you guys are like,
You're not even gonna let us hit the water?
It's literally the movie Firestorm.
it's
Guys.
literally,
Yeah.
exactly. It's the cliff faller. It's also because my father-in-law texted me that he's outside waiting to pick me up. So that means that the time has come. It is literally a cliffhanger. But I will get rid of the music. But we actually
It
made
is literally a cliffhanger.
it is,
Fuck.
It is literally a cliffhanger as you guys are
I am
descending.
so sorry.
Let me get rid of
That's
this. Hang on a second.
I
as
was
get rid of
really
the music.
hoping we'd be able to roll on splash
It
size.
was
Like
it was the
Olympics or something.
dragon.
It was the dragon that did it. It'd be funny if it was like the last thing you see is the dragon, but no. As you descend into the pool,
Coming up out of the water.
the dragon's like exactly. All right, guys. But we did, but good stuff tonight. We managed to get ourselves back on track and advancing forward again. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to tell everyone, tell all the fine people where you are. And I should let everyone know that we are going to be playing 2 sessions next month in July. I'm going to set up that with these folks, although I'm not going to do it now, but I will do it in the next couple of days. I'll send out an email to these gentlemen. So you will see more of the Infinity and Beyond crew as they investigate the next stage of their adventure to try to track down this dragon and his rider. So I will start with you, Rob. Where can the fine people see you next, sir?
Twitch.tv/GC DarksideRob. It feels really, really good to say that.
Yay.
It feels really nice to say that. Not be whatever. Anyway, if you guys need to know more about what that's all about, check at the beginning of this video when it's on YouTube or on the Twitch VOD. But yes, my channel now is twitch.tv/GC DarksideRob. I am GC DarksideRob, or DarksideRob as the situation presents itself. And host of the Random Cast and another show, music show coming up soon. Random Cast on that channel is a good fun time. I will be back on my channel on Sunday for for Skyrim Sundays, Sunday Fun Day Cast, and then there'll be probably some fun pre 4th of July or just regular old Monday, Tuesday for anybody who's not in the States. Shenaniganry that's coming up, and some probably Steam sale related stuff as well. But yeah, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/GC DarksideRob and on Twitter at twitter.com/GC DarksideRob, and more good stuff to come for me in the future. And I will see you guys on the next Infinity Beyond. Love being here. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Lovely. Thank you, Rob. Good stuff tonight. Thank you for changing schedules around and everything. I'm glad that we were able to
No,
get
I'm
this
really
done.
glad I remember this was happening tonight.
Yeah, thank you for remembering completely.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's good stuff. Again, thank you to.
I'm infallible, Arv. I don't know if you know.
I know.
always
That's
right.
clearly true. Me too. Me too. Me too. But thanks to, of course, I'm sorry that Mike was not able to join us today because of his terrible internet. But please check out Screaming Joypad. He will be back with us next time. Thanks to Saad and to Rob for playing his character.
Right here.
Exactly, for playing his character even when he was not here. But good seeing TikTok being able to be used in combat even though Mike was not there. Not the same without you, Mike. But we'll have you back next time.
We miss you, Mike.
Moving on to our good friend Don Cairo. Cairo, where will the fine people see you next?
Only place I can guarantee is at twitch.tv/ArvinElron whenever we have our next session. There might be a chance you might see me at my stream, which is Twitch/Don Cairo, but no guarantees there. But yeah, it was awesome to be here. I look forward to the next session. I know you got to get out, Arv, so I'll keep it short and sweet. So stay tuned, and once we get it scheduled, we can see what happens and what waits for us at the bottom of this pool.
The bottom of this pool. I'm looking forward to it. I was actually kind of excited that I saw the timing might work out, that if you guys could win that fight, that you might be jumping into a pool. I was like excited. But thanks, Don. Good seeing you as always, man. Next up is, of course, John. John, where will all the fine people see you out on these here places?
Pretty much a carbon copy of Cairo's is going to be here when we have the next meeting, which I can't wait for. This was always fun. Glad to be back. Looking forward to the 2 a months again. So yeah, everyone, thanks for hanging out. And yep, next time. In the pool, swimming.
In the pool. Good stuff.
To it. Yep, exactly.
Greg Louganis.
Thank you to
Thanks,
Greg
Arv.
Louganis. I met him once. Did you know that, Don? I met Greg Louganis once.
I know that now.
Yep, I have an autograph. I actually have an autographed picture because it was back at I met him in the random West Farms Mall. I even remember where it was. And I asked him about what it was like when he hit his head on the platform. He did this one dive where he hit us in the platform.
Yeah.
Because I had remembered that, and he was like, "Well, I almost quit diving." And I was like, after that, but he was.
It hurt.
He was no.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I really had to analyze why I cared about diving. But in case people don't know what we're talking about, he's the greatest diver who ever lived, probably. So pretty much.
Whoa.
One of the greatest.
Rodney Dangerfield was something.
That's great.
Hey, you
The
didn't
triple
see
Lindy.
the dive I just took off that
come on.
cliff.
That
okay?
is a good.
Come
That's
on,
true.
Arv.
That's true.
Come on.
The triple Lindy is amazing.
The triple Lindy is amazing. Saad, where are we going to see
Lindy.
you next?
You see me on my stream, twitch.tv/sod_. Currently going through Assassin's Creed 3, the Washington DLC, which is really fun. It's actually surprisingly really good compared to the actual base game.
Rest
Actual
of
base
that game.
Interesting, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It seriously is. And then I'll be going through Arkham Knight. And there you go.
Awesome. Good times, man. That should be good
This guy
to
next.
check out both.
This guy next.
Thank you as always for being here. Good stuff. And last but certainly not least, Trendane. When will the fine people see you? Either here or one of the places you cheat on us at.
Right.
Whoop! I lost everyone. Uh-oh. I think I lost everybody.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
Back?
There we
That
go.
was weird. That got frozen for a second.
Everything stopped.
I thought you were like you were like what, and I'm like what, and then you didn't say anything, and no one said anything. Okay, so sorry, say that
all
again.
time stopped.
Presuming that nobody heard what I said.
Yeah.
Thursday, next Thursday on Not So Speedruns, we'll be continuing the 6 and 20 Blades in the Dark game. If you want to hear me before that, tomorrow on Saturday, July 1st, is when the Beyond Skyrim Bruma mod comes out. You are doing a different part of, you would be leaving Skyrim, so don't do the, it'll wait for you. But so you can hear me that, and then as I said, Thursday on Not So Speedruns for 6 and 20. Just follow me on Twitter at Trendane. And the hell are you doing?
I'm sorting things out over here while
Okay.
you were talking.
All right. And then aside from that, here. Although while we were doing this, I did get a message from Escape Pod that they want me to do another narration for something.
Yay! That's awesome, man. I'm glad about that. You guys should check that out because Tren is very, very good as a voice actor, as I've talked about before, as is Rob, another member of the Vocalist, who you will also see next month as well. But gentlemen, this was great. I've got to close up shop here, so I will catch you guys soon. Thank you for making this happen. A lot of fun, and I'm glad that everything worked in travel on D&D as well. So thanks, guys. Trendane, Saad, John, Don, Mike in absentia, and of course, Rob. Great to have you guys here, and I will catch all you wonderful people soon.
Good night, everyone.
Later, folks. Good night.
Adios. Peace out, people.
Okay. And that is going to do it for me, guys. I got to get out of here because my father-in-law's outside, and he probably is wondering what's going on and wants to pick me up and get the hell out of here. So I'm going to get out of here. This was a lot of fun. No raid tonight because, again, I'm on the road and stuff like that. I will be back to you guys. Tomorrow is a very much up in the air cast. Maybe, but no promises about tomorrow. But I will definitely be back to you guys and I'm not going to, next week, let me just say, I probably will not be here on Tuesday because it's July 4th. So I probably will not be streaming on July 4th, but I will be streaming later in the week, definitely Friday, Saturday, and stuff like that. So I'll be back later in the week, and I will make sure to mark the schedule and get all that stuff up there. Also, don't forget the ways to support the stream. Patreon, ! Arvtreon. Follow the channel, Steam group with ! Steam group, YouTube with ! Arvtube, and of course, Patreon with ! Arvtreon. And also, I have a sub button, so you guys can definitely sub to my channel now as well. We had Hillness and Spakio do that tonight. If people are interested in subbing, please do so. I have not yet done anything with the sub stuff yet, but I will be doing that. I'll be adding a sub emote and stuff like that. But I'm on the road traveling, so there's sort of limits as to what I can do. With that said, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys all so much for being here. You are the best. I love you all. Best viewers on Twitch. And I will catch all of you wonderful people very, very soon. Until then, thanks everybody, and have a wonderful night. I'll see you soon. Oh, wait, I always have to do this. Sorry. Night to Maid, who made everyone such a great stream. Thank you to my mods, Dragonspear, Kilobyte, Shadowmage, Tenno Club, Thor. Thank you to my regulars, my regular viewers, IAK, Axeman, Branhauser, Darkwolf, Takame, Don Cairo, good job tonight, Don. Dragonwright, Ekeg, Fagwent, Fender Saxby, Darkside Rob, thanks again, Rob, great job tonight. Hand of Code, J-Rab, Jedi Knight, Light and Passion, Mrs. Dunsel, Nonstop, PKD Fan, Poltergeist Zero, Radio Johnny Panda, thanks, John, for everything. Rock God, Slow Cool, Sod, great job tonight, Sod, thank you. Trendane, great job tonight, Trendane, thank you. And of course, Uncle Elias, you guys are the best viewers on Twitch. Love you all. Catch all you wonderful people soon. I will see you all later. Until then, goodbye from the West Coast. Have a good night.
Well, do you remember when the world was fresh and new? When it all seemed clear to you? When your aim was straight and true? Well, your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark, content to play your part, open pathways to your heart. Well, your life untainted by a host of broken dreams. When all your acts were queens, understood all that it means. Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Go on and search now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, things that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can't ignore. Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. direction. Life is only what you make when it comes to your own vision. When you got